Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Wednesday night live intuitive oracle, and my Wi-Fi is really messed up. I tried restarting. I tried unplugging everything except the computer, and I cannot get it off of that one teeny tiny little bar. So if you guys have a really significant problem with understanding me, seeing me, or if it's super jumpy, I will have to exit out and come back in. But I hope we don't have to do that, because Wednesdays have been incredible for my Wi-Fi really holding up with these streams. I also think it may be a StreamYard issue too, because I've had no problems all day and I can already see myself jumping and freezing and jumping. So let me start by saying hello to everyone, and hopefully we don't have too many issues. This is really frustrating. Jules! I love you guys. Nightmare. Lotus Girl said, oh no, Nightmare beat me. Smoochy. Thank you. Yes, she said, I like the shorts, Gemma. Sick hubby is Gemini. And yeah, money's a big problem now. I just feel so terrible when you guys are going through things and like I'm here and I can't like get to you, right? I'm thinking of new shorts to do. I know there's going to end up being some dancing somewhere thrown in there, because let me tell you something. It's so easy to do shorts like that. Arisha Haynes, chillin' Charlie. Blue Crossroads, welcome. Multifaceted Jules, what's up, girl? Melissa Nicole and Edna. So it was kind of funny because I think I mentioned this the other day. When Ghostdragonzw redid my first listener encounters, and he was like, Foxbuck, and you know, the other people, if you guys are listening, you know, feel free to come back in. And Foxbuck is Vixen Doe, and the Melissa in Listener Encounters 1 is our bacony friend here. So he didn't know, because we've gotten so used to you guys and knowing you guys by the names that we've given you and little chat nicknames, that he didn't even realize, Melissa, that was your listener encounter. So all right, Wi-Fi looks like it's doing a little better. Thank you guys. I'm happy with the way the shorts came out. They're so easy to do. They were fun. They were quick. They were simple. They even uploaded really quickly, which worked for me. Hello, Mark. Can't see the chat. Arisha cannot see the chat. Let me bring Ghost Dragon in. He might know how to fix that. I'm not too good with YouTube myself. Oh, thank you. She said the style makes you look like a 20-ish young lady. Yes, ma'am. I really like this one. I do. I just was messing with it backstage, so it's a little crooked, but this is the same one I wore in the video with that 70s mini dress. Mini dress is what that was. And I put it on in the pre-recorded, that kind of off the shoulder striped dress. And it was so funny because when I took it off, I remembered that I had gotten that dress when I was still in addiction, and it was an extra small. Now, I'm not saying I'm an extra small. It was a little small on me, but it still fit in that extra small dress from Kohl's. Yes, thank you. And I did black and white because I didn't have any makeup on besides lipstick. But I like the way it came out as well. We get out first show.
Hello, everybody. How
and
you doing?
I got my new amethyst necklace on. Amethyst in clear quartz. I treated myself to this one. I had to get the thing for it, and it's got 2 loops because it's actually so heavy. But what's up, Netslab? I have one new deck this week, and I've got to say it's actually better for like the personal, like the not the 1-card readings, the personal readings, which are still $20 only for the rest of this month though, for September. And it is, where did I put the box to that deck? Oh, here it is. I don't have the box, but Elemental Empath. The definitions are super duper long, and they're like, it can go this way or that way. So what I did was I mixed the cards up. Some are reversed, some are regular, you know, upright. Elemental Empath, and this was a gift to us from baby UFO. New England Dirt Roadie, Eris, man, snuck right in there. I almost didn't see you. So if Ghost Dragons has nothing to say, then let's just get this party started because I am super excited to be here as always. Life with Bobby, what's up?
Okay.
Long Island Bigfoot also. I don't think I said hi to Long Island Bigfoot. I don't know why. Lotus Girl, I'll send you the link to this particular one. Because I think I sent you the link to the one I wore Monday, the blonde with the black on the bottom. But this one is becoming my favorite, like, so far. The pink one I haven't even bothered with yet because it's so puffy. It's like very wiggy. So Multifaceted Jewel says, got to ask before we get started. If anybody can answer this, why would Black Obsidian send an electric shock to someone picking it up? Jules, you may want to wait for Miss Lara for that one, but I know a lot of the time it's just all about energy. Was it fully charged? Who was it charged by? What was it charged by? What's going on around you and the environment? There's so many different reasons why something like that would or could happen. But if you want, when Lara comes in, pop the question up again and I will ask it out loud. So maybe she can answer that one for you. Who's first? Let's do it.
Okay, well, Nightmare was first, but he's on and off, so he might come in later. So go ahead and do Lotus.
Okay. Lotus Girl, I've been looking at this deck for the past couple of days and thinking of you. Even when I did your personal yesterday, this was like a runner-up in the deck version. Charged by a goblin. You know, I've heard of Stranger Things. Not just the show, actual like Stranger Things. Woohoo! I literally just heard that in my head, Homer Simpson. Ooh, too many. Come on, if you're gonna pop out at me, then just one needs to pop out. I got these really cute. I'm starting to wear the Halloween nails. I got the Nightmare Before these Halloween nails, but they have the Nightmare Before Christmas character on them. They're actually Oogie Boogie. He's on them, but of course, Oogie Boogie's only on the gigantic nails that don't even fit my thumb. So happens every single time. Unidentified S4, what's up? Hey, yo. Lotus Girl, reap what you sow. To give and receive, energy flows back and forth. Hard work is the most important key to success. It is the foundation on which everything is built. We can tell ourselves anything's possible. We can visualize, embrace a positive attitude, and believe in ourselves. But if we are not willing to give our energy and invest it in the physical aspects of creation, then we risk creating nothing more than a mere illusion. The future you wish to create begins to manifest. The path you are meant to walk has revealed itself. It's now time to proceed. However, the way ahead may not be simple and it may not be easy. The seed may have sprouted, but there are still lessons to learn and work to be done. That seedling needs to be nurtured and maintained. Both your commitment and dedication are required, as well as the disciplined mind. Goals and desires do not manifest simply because you have made a wish. No, they require a fair and equal exchange. What you desire will be equal to what you need to invest. If you truly believe that you can accomplish your goal, then you will also be willing to do what needs to be done or make it happen. Armed with both belief and action, you have a greater chance of success. Your beliefs will lead to behavior that result in action, and action is required. As with all things that involve an energetic exchange, you will reap what you sow. So, as you picked up on, there is another point to this card specifically for you, and that's that certain people will be reaping what they have sown. Okay? I don't see it in the next week or two. Maybe that'll be like the start of it, but the ball's already been rolling on that one. As far as the oracle for you, the message for you, Lotus, I've been saying this a lot lately to a lot of people, both in personals, just in life in general, and during these Wednesday night readings, where it's like, manifestation is not just like I write my manifestations down, right? We do the 369 book, you and I do it, and then I do the 555. It's not only writing them down. It's not only putting it out there. It's putting the action in to back it up. the action, the necessary action, taking the necessary action to put yourself in a position where you'll be given and granted the right kind of opportunities, meet the right kind of people. So aside from the original message here and everyone and everything involved with that, what I would say for you is make sure that you have yourself in the best possible position to be helping your intended manifestations along, right? Don't let your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your goals fall by the wayside because you're busy trying to make sure that someone else will reap what they've sown, because they're going to regardless. And yes, you are going to help that cause tremendously. And I'm so proud of you. I really am, because it's not easy. The road that you're on right now with that personal situation, but make sure that you don't sacrifice any more of your goals and your dreams that you know you have the power to make manifest. Okay. Specifically starting that business. I've been seeing this business for you for at least the last 8 months, possibly even longer. And you're not a step closer, really, because you've been so focused on helping everybody else, doing everything for everyone else, and dealing with this psycho.
Okay, you ready? Okay, Smoochie, but she's on hold because she didn't. Oh, there she is. You can go, Smoochie. And then Arisha after her.
All right. Smoochie, I'm going to use deep, dark, and dangerous. Total, what's up? Yes. Your name will go right on the list. I have that song. I think it's called Unstoppable by Sia in my head. It's going pretty well. Feed the dragon with a snack bear and hear him roar. My week's been running. Sorry, guys. I got to fix this a little bit. There we go. Much better. Much better. No, because I was pulling it down my back with my arms because I didn't clip it in because I'm lazy when it comes to my wigs. Okay. Smoochie, you got Apuk, card number 12. It's a deep card, and it is the card of fear. My week's been going as smoothly as can be expected. Chillin' Charlie, got lots of personal stuff going on and dealing with a lot of emotions, you know, like I don't want to deal with all of it. Smoochie, you must understand your fears if you can. I think it means if you can. Stand strong against your fear. Fear is a natural and useful emotion as it protects you. What doesn't are fears that are not real. You must learn that not all fears are real. Some fears you carry are not your own. Confront fears. Death is a part of life. Death in the tarot and oracle, usually 99.9% of the time, meaning major change. There are some gods who truly are frightening, and this is a part of the work they do. Apuk, the Mayan god of the dead, is one of those deities. He comes out of his underworld home, the nastiest of the 9 levels of hell, called Mitnal, stretches his skeletal body and smiles his sharp, white-toothed grin. Then he begins to make his way through the human village along the stone pathways. The Mayan people rightly fear death because of the horrors said to await them should they go to this hellish place, and they were always aware that Apuk could indeed be waiting to take them around the next bend. With his cadaverous body and frightening smile, he wears bells and a headdress of human bones. He's not hiding his presence as he walks the cobblestone. He is noisy and can be seen and knows the people will be even more terrified if they know he is around. If you're out on the streets late at night, or if there is sickness at home or in the village, you better watch out. Apuk is proud of the fact he can induce fear. In fact, this is what he eats, fear. The people know that Apuk doesn't just come gently for you. He will wait patiently for your death, hunt you, and stalk you. This will make you frightened, and yum, there's more fear food for him. He gulps people's fear down with relish, yet he's rarely satiated. The people know, too, that there is only one way to scare Apuk away, and that's to open the doors and scream and shout and sing. Apuk loses his power when his bells cannot be heard, and he is faced with courage. If this is done, if Apuk is not heard but faced or simply ignored, he slinks back into his underworld home. Standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining the light on it, confronting it, these are all lessons from Apuk. It is better to know precisely what the fear is when we hear the bells, so we actually know specifically what we're afraid of. Not knowing what we are actually afraid of or simply entertaining nebulous fears is worse. Your crystal companion is hematite, and your plant companion is Nance or golden spoon. Hoopily. Melissa Nicole, do you know what's funny about that? I've actually been using that word all week. I've been trying it out in different form, like to see if I want it to be a noun or a verb. Because, here on the Gemma Jade channel, we decided that poopily was going to be a word, just for anyone who wasn't here. So, no, Smoochie, this is not actually a bad card, okay? What this card is saying is if something is making you nervous, if something is making you fearful, educate yourself about it. Okay, I hate that I keep skipping, but I really hope I'm not doing that on your guys' end. I don't care on my end, but Smoochie, just say, for instance, that I'm going to use a silly example, right? But I think you and I both know at least one thing of what this is. Let's say you just moved for the first time, like I did, from a total inner city to the middle of the woods. And it's like your house was literally dropped in the middle of the woods and everyone's telling you there are bears and bears will attack you. So you spend the first 6 months in your new home that you're so proud to have and so happy to have bought, thinking that if you even step foot outside, the bears are going to get you. What can you do about that except learn whether or not bears actually do attack in that way? Learn how to defend yourself against bears in case one does happen to roll by. Learn what to do and what not to do around bears because you know that you're going to have to eventually be around them. Instead of sitting around worrying, wondering, what if this happens? What if that happens? What do I do if this happens? What do I do if that happens? What does this mean? What does that mean? What's going to happen when this, that, and the other thing? Do as much research, learn as much as you possibly can about the things, about all of your what ifs, if it's causing you to feel fear. Okay. There is going to be big changes. There are going to be, I should say, big changes coming in for you in the next week or two. But I think that, like I said, with Lotus, it's like the ball is just going to be starting rolling in the next week or two. The changes aren't going to actually come about for a little while. You can make all of these transitions into these major changes go much smoother if you would just learn about the next phase, what's next, the next step. And I feel like you're going to find that a lot of the things that you're fearful of right now, it's like a very low chance of any of it actually happening. Don't ever expect the worst. I know people are like, yeah, but I always have had so much bad luck my entire life. No. Manifest only the best outcomes for yourself to the best of your ability. Some things we have no control over, but some things we can definitely control.
Okie dokies. Arisha is next.
Arisha, I'm going to use heal yourself.
I like bears. I don't want to eat bears. I like bears.
Winona Ryder? I've heard that before. I've heard, well, not with the wig on, but I've always heard my whole life Natalie Portman, because when she did the Babysitters Club movie in the 90s, we both had the same exact haircut. So Princess Padme, I've always heard I've looked like her. Rachel Leigh Cook, who a lot of you probably don't remember, but I did kind of resemble her back in, she was in She's All That. She played Lainey Boggs. And Mila Kunis when I gained a little bit of weight. Natalie Portman, yeah.
Talking about a healing center.
Your healing center versus my spiritual retreat, they can go from one to the other. Or when the time comes, we'll just combine them. Don't mind me. I keep going like this. I'm just moving it out of my face. I'm always playing with my hair anyway. So, all right. Arisha, card number 6, the card of cycles. Life is cyclical. Sometimes things flow and at other times they slow down. What cycle of your life are you in right now? What is the one area of your life where you need to focus most of your energy? Is it time for you to focus on your family? Do you need alone time to discover your true purpose? Do you yearn to open your heart and love fully, deeply, and passionately?
I wasn't even on it that time.
Is this the time for healing and regeneration? Maybe you are completely ready to enthusiastically concentrate on your life purpose and put all of your energy and effort into making your dreams a reality. Each cycle you encounter offers you fresh gifts and possibilities to learn and grow. The better you become at identifying the cycle you are in, the more flow and harmony you will experience in the choices you make. So, yeah, think about one area of your life, and I'm sure that there are more than one, but probably many, but one area of your life that you would like to see something change, drastic change in, just choose one area, right? Because you want to see change in other areas too, but the main focus, most of your energy should go towards one thing, and then the rest of your energy towards pretty much everything else. So this card is about choosing that one thing and understanding that, you can always move on to the other things that you want to focus on, that you want to build from, that you want to create, that you want to manifest, right? There's a lot of manifestation energy in the last 3 cards for you 3 ladies. Arisha, figure out where in your life you want to bring bring positivity into negativity. So taking negativity and turning it into something positive, or when you realize that maybe there is no positive take on something going on. And you know what? That's when we release. So figuring out what you can do in the here and now for the best possible outcomes in your life, and understanding that situations change, life changes, we learn and we grow and we move on and we stay put. The universe in the next week or 2 wants you to really get an understanding of the things in your life that you have control over, and then the things you don't. And then, try slowly but surely to relinquish as best as you can the things you have no control over, because you shouldn't be dealing with anything that you can't control. Meaning letting other people control things and things like that. And really focusing on the things that you can control and making positive change happen. I feel like there are several areas where you're learning and you're growing, and you may be excited about being educated about these things, or like you were asking me questions about crystals, and I loved it because you were like a little kid, your excitement and your passion for wanting to know more about these things that I love so much too. And, it's things like that. Like I said to Smoochie, it's like learning as much as you can about as much as possible. In the next week or 2, Arisha, really take the time to look into ways to make positive changes in your life, and possibly look where there are holes, like where you have situations, people, relationships that maybe you want to step away from for a little while or get rid of altogether, because they are causing they're taking too much of your energy for nothing. Constantly dealing with a dramatic person or a narcissist or whatever the case may be, that takes like 90% of your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual energy. And then you're not doing anything for yourself. You're not putting positive attention into anything. I hope that made sense, because I was on kind of a roll there, and then I got distracted by my Wi-Fi blipping on and off. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, where's Long Island Bigfoot?
Yeah, where is he? I got him on hold. So we're going to go ahead and go to Chillin' Charlie. As for the Rumble stream, I'm going to wait till we can sit down and go over Rumble with her. I may stream on there one night just for the craps and giggles, but right now, everything's too crazy.
I put my arm around so you know how I am. I put my arm around, I'll show you that I can. I had to do it. I had to, because it's been belting in my head for like the last 2 hours. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to go out. I just got word on my aunt, how she's doing today. And I want to go.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Go ahead. Go. Can you put the rest in the chat first, though?
Yeah, that's up there. It will be Chillin' Charlie. Then after Chillin' Charlie is Blue Crossroads. But I should be back by then. She's doing real good. She got up out of bed and everything has been moving.
Good.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Shoo, Blue, thank you. As RJ would say, rhyming words. He's at that age where he wants to make rhyming words out of everything, and he's rhyming sometimes inappropriate words. So I have to be like, yes, that's a very good rhyming word, but we don't see that. Chillin' Charlie, you got the cover card, the Storm Angel, card number 35 in Shadows and Light. And it's funny because I was going to use the Shapeshifter Oracle, and I grabbed that one like almost without even thinking about it. So, oh, Jesus. Oh, New England Dirt Roadie, my cat Claude started deteriorating again a few days ago. So last night I prayed over him again and did some energy work, and he bounced right back. Now he's being really annoying. Well, at least you have him there to annoy you, right? Awesome. Keeping a list as well. You mean a list? Okay, I got you. I was like, oh. Yeah, no fingernail, no nail on this thumb. Okay. Thank you for that, Eris. Yeah, he's not wrong though, Smoochie. I told you I'm having major issues with YouTube right now. They are they're really bad. They're really bad. Monday's stream was demonetized because I talked for 30 seconds about addiction. All right. Chillin' Charlie, Storm Angel, collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. This beautiful fairy is dressed in storms. Energy around her crackles and sizzles, but she is calm and unharmed. Now it is your time and turn to learn to deal with the energy that's around you without compromising your own. She appears when energies with major differences collide, when intentions are vastly different, when techniques are worlds apart, and when incompatible belief systems meet up. There is nothing wrong at all with difference. Diversity is wonderful. Shadows and light are beautiful and necessary and can coexist in harmony, but certain kinds of difference do not blend, like oil and water. They separate and cannot coexist in harmony. Therefore, I bring change, and when change comes, for some it's simple, easy, and flowing, and for others it's dramatic, erratic, wild, and full of static. Rhyming words. Like I said, I appear when two forms of energy collide, high and low. Huh?
Oh, no, that just...
I then appear to burn away the old and create a clear, fresh vibration where all that is stale and fearful and unpleasant has been cleared away. The wonderful thing about this challenging collision is that while you'll be nudged out of your comfort zone, you'll also realize just how much has changed and how far you've come. The results will be worth the pressure. Trust me. When I appear, know that it's natural for people to feel tension, to become even more entrenched in their beliefs, and to refuse to let go. The only approach you can take right now is to clearly and powerfully remain in integrity. Do not compromise who you are out of a misguided notion of being quote unquote compassionate. You must speak the truth that is in your heart and stay committed to that truth. There may be arguments, even angry situations and fights at the moment. Withheld energy are being freed so they can be released. You'll uncover the truth about a situation, and no one can lie when this angel is about her work. Any lies, deception, manipulation, and cheating will be revealed. The most important objective for you when the storm angel is around you is to speak truthfully and act in integrity, as all is about to become very transparent, and her fierce bright light will reveal all that is hidden so that you can banish it for good. All right. Chillin' Charlie, it may be a very stressful next couple of weeks for you, but it's going to end up working out for the better for you, right? The message I'm getting here is that it's time to let go to a specific situation or relationship, a person, maybe it's just someone you kind of know. You are not seeing eye to eye with this person. And it's not really that either one of you are right or are wrong, but you guys just aren't right for each other, for one another to be in a situation together. Okay. This person is not interested in facts, evidence, or the truth. They're interested in the argument. So therefore, even if you came around or presume to or pretend to come around to their way of thinking, they're still going to have something to argue with you about. It's a manipulation tactic. It's a fool's tactic. Okay. Oh, thank you, Long Island Bigfoot. You remembered Goddess of Awesomeness and Keeper of Dragons. That's right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So it's time to let this person go. It's time to leave this situation, walk out of this relationship, and have no regrets about it. Okay, Chillin' Charlie. I'm excited for you because this is like the shedding of old skin, right? And coming into a bigger and greater and better version of yourself. That's what's happening in the next week or two. And again, this is another card that it's like, this is just the beginning. So it's not going to all happen in the next week or two. Like normally I give a message and I'm like, this is going to happen. No, this is the beginning of the end of something. Now, there's also either a separate situation or dealing with the same person, situation, or relationship where somebody is going to be exposed for the dirty, dirty liar, cheater, and manipulator that they are. And I feel like you've known all along. I feel like this person, it may not be that they're aiming this type of behavior towards you, but you're onto it and you see them doing it to other people, but nobody else believes you, or like nobody wants to listen to you, or nobody wants to deal with it, whatever the case may be. And now they're going to be exposed and they're going to have nobody to blame but themselves. Act in integrity, though. Comfort the people that they've harmed, or comfort the people that are going to be harmed by this information more than you are, instead of standing it like, you kind of very well should, being like, I told you guys this years ago about this person. Don't do that. Offer comfort where you can, and realize that with some people, there is no compromise because the whole point for them is the argument.
Okay.
I had to move my hair so I could see what was going on.
Okay. Since Long Island's back, I'm going to do him, since I already called him. And then we'll do blue. If everybody's cool with that, that's what we'll do. I like to try to stay in some of an order.
I'm cool with that, because the more you stay in order, the less likely it is that anyone gets skipped.
Yep.
Long Island Bigfoot. Let me use a shapeshifter. Vixen Doe, what's up, girl?
Hey, Foxbuck.
Oh, thank you, Miss Smoochie.
I just forgot that
she switched. What?
I just forgot she switched names. That's all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's probably why. It happened a while ago.
Yeah.
Total. Thanks so much for coming in again. I love when I get a new person that comes in, or somebody comes in off Facebook and they continuously come in. It's cool. Makes me feel good. Oh, Long Island Bigfoot. Let me find out. Butterflies in gloom. After sadness, happiness and hope return. Card number 22. Butterflies in gloom come to you when you've lost sight of your blessings and may have begun to feel sorry for yourself. Humans can become obsessed with finding a cause for our suffering, and we blame others and ourselves without knowing that transcending this desire to feel sorry for ourselves is an essential part of our escape from suffering and our bridge into a more evolved consciousness. It is arguable that the wild things are already on the other side of this bridge, as they do not feel sorry for themselves. No matter how much we evolve, there will be lessons. It is important to know that our great life themes, boundaries, or geis, as they are known in the Celtic tradition, will create lessons for us, and that sometimes these lessons may be very hurtful or challenging, but as we evolve higher, not higher in a hierarchical sense, but in a less take everything personally sense, we will experience less fear. Evolution is practice and change. A less evolved being will make all situations personal, seek revenge, or to balance the situation, make the world fit his or her inside story. An evolved being looks at how the world is feeding her internalized story back to her. his or her. An evolved person understands that it's not personal. An evolved person makes adjustments, does the work on healing the self, actively seeks out opportunities to practice these new actions, and in doing so learns the lessons. The evolved person then lets go and moves on, but the wisdom of the lesson is never forgotten. The wisdom is lived in practice each day, as naturally as breathing, as naturally as a caterpillar changes into a butterfly. Life and changing will hurt. Not all the time, though. You do not have to struggle or make it tougher than it need to be. In resisting what brings you fear, you empower fear and suffering over and over again until your fear of fear is so immense, you'll talk yourself out of anything that could lead to disappointment. Every chance you take may bring that, but is it worth doing anyway? Humans and other beings fear bad news. When we receive good news, we become frightened of what the implications may be. We resent bad luck, but when we have good fortune, we worry no one will like us and others will become jealous. It's natural to have these thoughts and feelings, but it's not healthy or natural to allow them to direct or to determine our choices. They are the most unreliable indicators of where the most growth in evolution lies for us. You have hidden away from change long enough, afraid of hurt, but you have been hurt anyway. Now hope returns, and along with her, welcome back your courage. Val, SWPA. Divination. You have begun to get used to things being gloomy and dark, and you have begun to take on a pessimistic mindset. So now it is time to make a change, and the butterflies and gloom are cutting through the fog of self-pity and showing you a way out of the dark places. Darkness has been a resting place, a place of solace, but the butterflies indicate it's time to cut through the fear of being seen, move into the light, and go out, be public, and even be social for a time. You will always have this safe place to return to, but for now, the butterflies beckon you into the sun. It is time to do things that send the universe the powerful message that you are embracing hope, for hope has come to find you, and you cannot deny her sweet presence in your life, no matter how sad you may have been feeling lately. It is time to come out and play for a while. Quote, today is not yesterday. We ourselves change. How can our works and thoughts, if they are always to be the fittest, continue always the same? Change indeed is painful, yet ever needful, and if memory has its force and worth, so also has hope. End quote. Thomas Carlyle. So yeah, okay. Long Island Bigfoot, I feel like you're already, thank you, Max. You guys are too funny. I feel like you've already come through the scarcity mindset, lack mindset, right? I feel like this is the universe just reminding you how far you've come, not to end up back there. Hi, Penny Van. Welcome. Long Island Bigfoot, this card is saying, like, great job. You know, maybe you've recently faced some fears, whether they be personal or professional or both. You know, you're really coming out of your shell. You're really starting to understand that, you know, other people's actions really have nothing to do with you. That takes a lot of spiritual presence to understand that. Like, we can understand it in concept, but to put it into practice, man, I'm working on that now. That's like my main spiritual goal right now, is to understand that the way other people act, behave, and the things that they say have nothing to do with me personally as a human being. It has to do with their journey. I feel like this is the universe patting you on the back and being like, good job, you got there. Now stay there. Don't let anything or anyone pull you out of that energy. I do feel like maybe there could be something or someone coming in that's going to make you feel a sense of hope again in maybe a relationship or a business opportunity. There's one area of your life where I feel like it's not so much that you were feeling hopeless, but you just kind of weren't concerned with it. You really weren't thinking about it. So again, it could be a business opportunity, it could be a romantic relationship. It could be maybe you weren't concerned with really having actual friends, right? I know I keep explaining to people that for the last 13 years of my life, minus 2 years, but a little bit then too, I have, whenever I'm going through something, I have retreated into myself. I don't text, I don't talk, I don't, you know, and I'm trying to pull myself out of those old habits. It's not a personal thing on the other people, but it's also a fear that I have to deal with because of the way that I've been treated throughout my life. And I feel like it's something like that. Like the universe is like, make sure you get back out there, you stay back out there. And once you start giving hope a chance, hope will give you a chance and hope is really going to show up for you. You are on the right path. You're on the right track, but don't let yourself backslide. And there's going to be something going on in the next week or two where somebody purposefully pushes a button or several, or says something like steps out of pocket when they know that like it's going to piss you off, just to get a reaction out of you so they can be like, see, he hasn't changed. Look at him. And I see that situation, and the universe is like, you know, Musa, calm down. You know already, like, this person's mess. You don't need to be involved in it. But that doesn't mean to retreat from everyone. You're welcome. I'm sorry I keep having to blow my nose, guys. Yeah, I'm really sorry about my Wi-Fi, guys. You can ask Ghost Dragons. I did everything humanly possible to fix this, and it's just not fixing. So the only thing left to do is not do the stream, and I didn't want to do that. So if it gets too bad though, let me know and I will try restarting again. You're welcome, Long Island Bigfoot. Thank you. Penny Van, it's so cool to see a new name in here. I've been getting so many new names basically ever since I did Long Island Bigfoot stream. My nose blows cute. It's actually pretty gross. And I hate doing it on stream, but I can't help it. Ragweed. It's ragweed.
Okay, you ready? Or you want
to? Mark, yes, I connect with so many people through this stream. And I've got to tell you one thing. A lot of people I'll open up to them and they'll open up to me. I keep myself very well protected so as not to be affected by that. There are friendships and relationships that have grown, but at the end of the day, I chose this as my job to try to help heal people spiritually and build people up and lift people up and bring them positive messages from spirit. You cannot bring me down. And plus, you don't have negative energy. Just telling someone about what you're going through, that's not energetically bringing someone down. That's speaking your truth. And especially, I like to get to know a lot of you guys, and I like to talk to you guys. So please don't ever think that you're bringing me down or upsetting me. I have a lot of trauma in my own personal life that I'm working through, but it helps me to help you guys. Like, that's what makes me feel good. And what helps me get through my own day-to-day trauma. Truth, facts. Who's next? Blue Crossroads?
Yep. Oh, thanks, Arisha.
Oh, thank you, Miss Arisha. So, Miss Lotus Girl. I was talking to Arisha, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was last night. I was talking to you too. And it may have been today, but I was talking to her. And I realized that I didn't even know if y'all were fraternal or identical twins, because I've seen her up close more than I've seen you. I need a picture of you. like not to like keep, but like I need to know what you look like. I see like this vague picture, tiny little picture in your profile, and like every once in a while on Facebook, but like I haven't memorized your energy or like your visage. So I know exactly what Arisha looks like, and I'd be able to pick her out of a crowd any day. And I've been friends with you for years longer, and I have no idea what you look like. So please, if you would, send me a picture. And by the way, guys, yeah, that's what you said. You guys look nothing alike. The charmed ones over here, the other two charmed ones, I am the third. Miss Arisha and Tennille did get their Spirilet astrological bracelets that I sent them from us in chat for their birthday. So, and they were really excited about them. And I just want to let you guys know, because I told you I was going to do that, and I did. So, yeah. Has already been in the gutter. No going lower. You are absolutely right. No going lower and never going back.
Only up.
At Long Island Bigfoot, yeah, we talk about coffee and dogs and sauce.
Talk. I can't do it.
I'm the nicer twin. I put
interesting.
I put something the other day on Facebook, and I thought about it after I put it on, and I realized that my sister, like, she's really sensitive sometimes, and I just thought that I was going to totally make her not talk to me for like a year. Mutual friend calls you Queen Gemma. Yes, I like it. I love the energy. I will take that title. It is so flattering. My God. I think about these little things throughout the day. When I'm feeling down and when I'm hurting, and it lifts me right back up, because I have this whole community of people around me that just are incredible human beings. And I just, I have to remind myself of that sometimes. So I posted this and it said, I take full responsibility or something for being my mother's best looking child. Now, my mom has 3 daughters. I'm the youngest. And I would say I am not the best looking, because my oldest sister, Christy, looks like this all the time. I have to wear a wig to get this effect. But she is older. So, and my sister, Carol, she has this beautiful old fashioned beauty. Like, she almost never wears makeup. And she has, like, I could literally see her starring in like 1950s movies, like that old Marilyn look. She just has that look. I don't know how to explain it. She's not a very old soul, but she has the look. Oh, Risha, I bet you guys are closer now for sure. Yeah, Max Stacks. It wasn't just once either. He did it 3 months in a row. And the only reason he didn't do it the 4th month is because he had that fire in his house.
I would have been there.
Yeah, and we're trying to set up another visit for summer, but the next month or so is just going to be so crazy for me. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to swing it, but we're going to talk about it. And there's way too many cards here for me to be able to shuffle properly. So that's what I'm doing over here, guys. Just kind of mushing them together. But we're going to try. Divine Empathic, what's up, girl? Oh, go make that money, Jules. I got you. That is so awesome. Queen Gemma. That makes me feel so good. Paranormal Pixie. So before I forget not to attack you as soon as you come in, I said that to Arisha. I was like, wow, that suit looks awesome. Lara knows everybody. Paranormal Pixie, somebody was asking, I think it was Jules, when what does it mean, if it means anything, when you pick up a piece of crystal? Specifically, she was talking about black obsidian, and she got like an electric shock. John Keats, Queen Gemma. Yes, thank you, sir. I'm here. Slow motion. Oh, you guys are the best. You really are. All right, Blue Crossroad. You got the Samiad. And if my Wi-Fi keeps doing this, guys, I'm going to back out and come back in, okay? Because it's driving me nuts the way it keeps flickering. But, I mean, it's okay as long as you guys can hear me well. That's the main thing, right? Samiad. Card number 45 in the reverse. If Samiad appears to you, Blue Crossroads, making me blush, in the reverse, chances are high that you're taking something for granted and or not recognizing the value of something that you do have. The Samiad has an intimate relationship with desire and craving, which includes an intimate knowledge of the potential downside to desire. If the Samiad has appeared to you in reverse, he has sensed that your desire is coming from a place that is ignorant to what you do have or is even resistant to it. If the Samiad appears to you in reverse, it's a good indication that if you got what you are wanting right now, you would look back on and deeply miss elements of the life you're leading right now. Elements that you took for granted or did not even recognize, much less value. Because of this, you're not really letting yourself enjoy them fully. The Samiad wants you not to fall into the trap of, quote, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, end quote. Can you appreciate what you do have? Do you know what and who you are grateful for? Do you know what you have that others might be grateful for? Do you celebrate your wins or what you have done or what you have created? I know the answer to all those things right now is yes. What's up, TD? Do you value the things that are actually of value in your life? And what stops you from tapping into the state of mind more often, as opposed to always grasping for the next thing? The Samyad doesn't come in reverse to make you wrong for wanting something more or something different. The Samyad comes in reverse to ask you, what if a key element of happiness is appreciating what you already have, not just chasing the next thing? Okay, so Blue Crossroads, this is kind of fairly simple. Being in that, I hate having to do this constantly. It's very embarrassing, but you guys, not like you guys don't know it's a wig.
We love you and
okay.
you.
Yeah, it's not like you guys don't know. All right, slow motion. I'll read for you very soon then. Slow motion can't stay long because we know he's 5 hours ahead of us. Roger Blair, what is up, boo? Blue Crossroads, I feel like this card is just saying, like, I don't think it's that you're not appreciating what's in front of you. I don't think that you're not recognizing what you do have. I don't think that's the case at all. And in fact, I've heard you say many times, speak proudly about your home and about your dogs and about your accomplishments in life, right? And that's one of the things I love about you, is this tremendously amazing confidence and goodness in you, that you do value the people around you, a lot of the times to your own detriment. But what I will say is that you may be dwelling on something or someone that could be a something, whatever the case, you'll know personally, that you just desperately want, or that you were depending on having, or something like that. And the universe is saying, like, in the meantime, focus even more on the things that that you already have, that you value, instead of focusing on the one thing that you just don't have yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the more grateful you are, the more likely that this thing, whatever it is going to come to you, because the universe rewards gratitude and positivity. I feel like you could be neglecting a certain area of your life or a certain person, not like, total full-blown neglect, but maybe not paying enough attention to one area because you're so focused on this other area where you're trying to get to a place where you want to be in one certain situation. Does that make sense? So take a look around you, state out loud to the universe what and or who you're grateful for, and remember that the universe rewards gratitude.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Smoochie, when Penny Van came in, I had to think about it for a minute. And I was like, it's Smoochie's, because I would never say someone's real name unless it was a complete accident or unless they didn't care. But I thought in my head, oh, I wonder if that's Smoochie on a different account. And then I realized it's spelled different. All right. Miss Jules is listening, but she had something to tend to.
I'll write the timestamp down.
Gratitude is everything, and I try to, there's a reminder on my fridge. I admit I didn't put it there. It said something like, the key to happiness is not having the key to happiness is not obtaining what you do not have, but being grateful for what you do have, or something. It's something that really makes a lot of sense. And then there's one that says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Which I always take to heart. And then, there's another one down there too that I always, something that's like, 75% of people would, most people think that your life is a fairy tale. And if I think back, 7-8 years ago, all I wanted was a home and a family and a husband, like these very simple things that now I may take for granted, like having my own home, like I'm always complaining about it. Or, you won't hear me complain about my son too much, but I do get frustrated just like any other mom, any other parent. And I have to remind myself, like, Gemma, 8 years ago, you would have literally sold your soul for the life you have now, with as bad as some aspects of it are. Yeah, simple things. I don't consider myself high maintenance. I know I come off, and like the way I look, sometimes I look like a high maintenance person, but I'm really not. I really just want very simple things. Very simple things. Like, you wouldn't believe what I'd be willing to settle for. But it wouldn't be settling. Do you know what I'm saying? Ooh, that's going to be a problem. All right. I dropped the, what book was that? All right. I don't know. I'll pick that up in a minute. So Ghost Dragon's gone. He got booted. Yeah. And I didn't literally mean sell my soul. I just mean I would have gone to great lengths and sacrificed much to have, you know, a real family and my own home when I was homeless and addicted. He comes for the readings and stays for the Jersey accent. That's what I'm talking about. Blue Crossroads, I love it. I'm very grateful for everything in my life and having the opportunity to build towards stability, contentment, appreciation, and love for myself and others. Haven't been around for kind of a long time. Gemma, have you moved? No, I lived with my mom for about 6 months there, had some personal things going on, but I'm back home in my own house now. A date with Squatch. Yeah, Temu dresses, Temu wigs, they're not high maintenance. I'm just saying. I had on another Temu dress to wear for this stream. It's a red long, it's like a sweater dress, but it's micro mini. So it's super duper short, which I'd wear it with leggings. You know, I wear it with leggings. My sons would demand I wear it with leggings. Let's just put it that way. But it's also like kind of see-through, not completely or anything. You guys will see it. I'm wearing it for the pre-recorded, but you know, it's got some holes and stuff in it, but the bell sleeves were so wide that I knew I would be knocking things over all night if I tried to wear it in this stream. As a person born in California, I don't really hear your accent too much. Oh, you mean you don't hear it like around you? I thought you meant you don't hear it like it's not there. I'm like, all right. Where was I? Miss Jules, you got the Wrath of Love, card number 8. You guys are all so incredible, really. If you all knew how much joy you bring into my life every Wednesday night. So TD, I will just say this. If I had choice in my own home, and if I were able to make decisions, and if I had my own office, this probably would be what my house looks like. But as it stands, it's just a tapestry. Jules, open your heart, drop your defenses. Love has hurt you. Now you are on a mission to hurt love right back. Tragically, both humans and fairies can fall prey to the impulse to lash out at those we most care for, or even to preemptively punish those we would perceive as potentially withholding the love, support, admiration, or approval that we desire. In romance, we become jealous, or perhaps our partner says something in a tone we hear as truculent, sarcastic, or dismissive. We might even be responding to a relationship that has long passed, and our old pattern is resurfacing in another guise, instead of allowing our tenderness to be seen and to be felt, which might help us heal the confusion at the root. We escalate the situation to all-out war by insulting, rejecting, or avoiding the very person we care for. It is especially unfortunate when you actively desire love, yet because you have been so hurt or disappointed by love in the past, you see all would-be suitors through a veil of suspicion and therefore reject them, attack them, or even avoid meeting them altogether. The same pattern can be at work in friendships, social situations, and any personal, career-related, or creative pursuit in which you would like your essence to be noticed and admired, and we would all like our essence to be noticed and admired, whether we know it or not. Such preemptive defensiveness happens when you cannot open your heart wide enough to let yourself be seen, because you fear that if you do, it'll only be wounded or excluded once again, which you believe would be too much pain for you to bear. Yet you don't realize that you have become the one who is doing the rejecting. You may think others are being cold to you, yet it could be more accurate to say that you are being cold to them. Perhaps they are responding to your chilliness in kind, or maybe you're projecting an imagined tone or attitude onto them and mistaking your impression for absolute reality. If you choose to, you can spend an entire lifetime in the wrath of love. But if you truthfully want the companionship and camaraderie you profess to, you must leave your poison arrows behind. So, I pulled, remember I said I did a 7-card spread for myself with this deck? This was another one of the cards. You good, honey?
Yeah, the power went out. And then it came right back on. It was really weird.
Okay, so I wanted this card reminded me of something, so I just want to say really quick before I get into Jules's reading. I don't normally call people out by name, But in my shorts yesterday, everyone loved them. And then I saw a thumbs down, not an actual dislike, because you can't do that, or I don't see those, but somebody took a thumb, like the thumb emoji, and pointed it down. And I want to talk to that person. I'm not going to mention any names like Monica. I had to block this person because they sent me a message a few weeks ago, months ago, actually. I was very, very sick. I could barely get out of bed and I was very sick. And I told them that if they're going through a depression, I would gladly give them my phone number if they emailed me so that I can help them by giving them someone to talk to. Their first message was, "Hi, Gemma, here's a picture of so-and-so. Can you please channel them? Tell me what they said. Here's a list of questions. Okay, cool. Thanks." I messaged back, "I'm really sick and I normally charge for that type of thing. Plus, I don't know you that well. So let's get to know each other, but I'm not feeling good. So I'll get back to you when I feel a little bit better." 4 hours later, I got another text saying, "Hey, did you do that for me yet?" And I said, "No, I'm really sick." And then received a text message a day for the next 7 to 10 days before finally I blocked them. Just letting you guys know that's the situation. We have another gemstone that I was trying to help with something. And I told them it's not 100% definite because it's not up to me. I have to go through someone else. If the opportunity comes through, it's going to be amazing and incredible for you, just like it was for me. The person got so excited, they went and told their whole family that this was happening. And it turns out the person I asked wasn't interested right now. They said that they would be interested if the other person would do one thing, and that person was not willing to do that thing. It wasn't anything. It was that they had to fill out tax forms. And the person said, "I cannot fill out tax forms because of A, B, and C." And they have not come in since. They haven't texted me since. I haven't heard from them since. If they're listening, I hope it's just an oversight and maybe they just, they weren't someone who came in every single week, but they were pretty regular. So I'm hoping that if that person's listening, they can just, I guess, reassure me that that is not why they haven't been in here. So, okay, moving on to Jules's reading. I just had to get that out, guys. That little petty stuff, that doesn't bother me anymore. So everyone can try their worst. Okay, Miss Jules, this card doesn't have to be talking about romantic love. I feel like it's talking about trust in general, right? You have obviously had a lot of reason your entire life to not trust anybody. And now someone comes into your house that you trust in your home that you're trying to help in several different ways, and they betray your trust in the worst possible way. They burgle you. The universe is saying, please don't let this change your spirit. Don't let this one thing that this one person did, even though it's major and it's huge and it's terribly important and it has a great effect on everything around you, don't let it take away all of the hard work and effort you've been putting into spiritually growing and connecting with people. Finally, for the first time in your life, perhaps finding people you can trust and actually trusting them, based on intuition, based on not virtue signaling, but seeing the virtue in them with your intuitiveness. Taking people at face value for the first time in a long time. And this is the universe, what I'm seeing, practically begging you not to start shutting everyone out for fear that they're going to hurt you too, because you've done that for so long and you are finally coming out. But this was a test. How you get through this test, how you react, how you respond, how you choose to live from here on out is going to really determine where you end up in the next 5 years and who ends up around you. And I am sending your box out tomorrow morning, girl. Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't get it out sooner.
Okay. Sorry about that. Lost power. Melissa's next when you're ready.
All right, Miss Melissa. I'm going to use the new deck from Baby UFO. It will be better for personal readings, but I still want to use it and kind of give a little homage to him because he was so sweet to send this. Mark says, Gemma, I'm very sensitive to people around me who are stressed. Makes me feel that I must get that person to feel better, laugh, or at least Smile. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of us in this community, a lot of us on this stream are exactly like that. But, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's actually commendable. But here's what I will say. If that person doesn't smile, feel better, or laugh due to our efforts, we have to stop letting it have an effect on us. Okay? We have to understand that we tried our best and our best wasn't good enough in that situation. It doesn't mean our best is never good enough, right? We have a tendency to take that on ourselves when we're trying to help someone in either, like, for instance, I always use this example because it's easiest for people to understand when you're trying to help an addict get off drugs. And then they decide, a week in that they don't want to get off drugs and they go back. That's not your fault. You did everything that you could or that you were supposed to do. In the end, it's their decision. Slow motion, if you're still here, let me know so we can get you done after
what was going to do, Melissa, and now
Melissa.
Then the new person, then slow motion.
I just forgot it was Melissa.
Yeah. But if you want to do her after Melissa, that's fine.
No, I forgot who I was reading for.
Oh, okay.
All right. You got card number 3, awareness, the key to healing. Key to healing, notice patterns and illusions and pause. And there is no, what do you call it? There are no numbers. There's all different sections. So just give me a second. Triangle with swirly thing. There it is. Awareness is one of the most important aspects of our healing journey. If we don't understand ourselves and see things as they truly are, instead of just through our limited view, we will forever be stuck in the same cycles and patterns. Our mind creates beliefs and illusions for us to live in to keep us safe. It gains beliefs about the world and ourselves from our upbringing and life experiences. And in order to keep us, quote unquote, safe, it puts up blocks to keep us from going in, quote unquote, unsafe directions. Most people aren't aware of the box they live in or in the ways in which they behave to stay, quote unquote, safe. Most of it is unconscious. The mind is doing its best to keep us safe. Unfortunately, it ends up sabotaging us from the life we really want, which is usually beyond our set comfort zone. Awareness is key because it allows us to see beyond our safety box and out into the perspective of others. And beyond that, into a wider view of source. Becoming fully aware of who we are, what we believe, and the patterns we fall into gives us the key to breaking free from our boxes. There are multiple levels of awareness. There's a basic understanding or belief or pattern you have, which many people notice about themselves. But deeper than that is the awareness of the full picture, which clarity and understanding of how the pieces fit together, where we are still holding on and what we need in order to process and let go. A great way to build awareness is to pause and practice self-inquiry. When we pause, we create space between ourselves and whatever's coming up. And in that space, we can build awareness. Lastly, this card asks you if there is something you need to build more awareness around. Do you need to wisdom your view to better understand? Widen. Do you need to widen your view to better understand a belief or situation? So your potential blocks, one block is a temptation to fix people around you. With awareness comes responsibility. Once you start to wake up, you can't simply go back to sleep, and you start to become aware of patterns other people have as well. However, it's not your job to judge anyone else on their journey or to push unsolicited advice. If you think you're superior to someone else because of how awake you are, how woke, it doesn't say that, it just says awake, then you are still asleep. Notice how you may be using your awareness to call out the people around you. What's in it for you? We're not going to focus on that though, Melissa, because the main thing about this message is that it's time to understand that everything going on around you and all the patterns that you're starting to recognize now in this situation that you've either gotten out of or are planning on getting out of, like, they're repeat patterns. This person is a repeat offender. Maybe you're starting to recognize a pattern in yourself of allowing people to repeatedly offend you or offend against you, right? Melissa, you see the third eye chakra being completely and totally lit up there? There's an 8th chakra, okay? It's called the universal chakra, and it is what surrounds our aura. Okay. And it covers the entire body. I feel like that is what the universe is trying to light up in you. It wants you to understand that you can break the pattern, the shackles and the chains of this toxicity, of this toxic pattern in your life, simply by taking the time to yourself to sit and think about what needs to be done next. And the main message I got here, I kept hearing wisdom. If you notice, I said it by accident. Gaining wisdom about how to stop attracting these types of people and how to stand firm in your own boundaries. This is another card telling you, get out, get away from them. And don't just get away from them to go find the same personality in a different body, right? What have you learned from this situation, this relationship? And how do you plan on putting that knowledge into practice with the not only the next romantic relationship, but in all of the relationships currently happening in your life right now?
Okay, you ready? When you're ready.
Okay. I feel like I'm preening. I'm really not. It's just I'm not used to wearing wigs for this long. So forgive me, guys, sincerely. Don't you guys just love this? I keep looking at it. It's amethyst and clear quartz.
That is very nice.
I wore the necklaces from Paranormal Pixie so much that I already had to charge them. I've been holding them in my hands during yoga. I've been sticking them in my bra during meditation. I've been holding them in my hand. I have them between my pillowcases. I have one between my box spring and my mattress. I mean, they were so, like, I was buzzing.
Yeah, your next person is Anna. Then the news person, Penny, then Slow Motion. And then it looks like we have another new person in chat. It's Hyan Musa.
Okay. Welcome, newbie. Let's do the Vampire Oracle. Yeah, Paranormal Pixie, they were gorgeous. I mean, I know you know I love me some smoky quartz. Absolutely gorgeous. And I kind of wore them out already, but I'm not sorry because they've helped me a lot this week. Especially last night, I was really going through something. And I just, I put all my tears into one of them. So now I'm charging it to release them. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, it was so different. I had to treat myself to it. It wasn't a lot. And I had to just treat myself to it. I prefer treating you guys and sending little gifts your way. But this necklace, it was kind of like, and I'm not big on amethyst, right? Like, I love amethyst, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not my favorite gemstone. But I just had to have it. I was hoping they had like a different one, like maybe like some Kimbaba Jasper or Spiderweb Jasper or, some of my other favorites, but they didn't. And I think the purple looks great. All right, Anna. What is it like when you start removing? Removing what? Hi, Madison. No, what I did, I held the gemstone in my hand as I laid there, and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I put it like, it sounds a little weird, but I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I've done this before with rings or with just like regular little tumble stones. I wiped my tears with it. And what that kind of is supposed to do, if you do it the right way, like if you really focus on it and meditate on it, it will release the sadness, and the gemstone will take the sadness from you. The thing is, you have to make sure you really cleanse and clear that gemstone or that piece of jewelry or whatever the case may be afterwards, because otherwise every time you wear it or touch it, you will start crying and become sad. It's called, I believe, the words I use for it is energetic gifting, meaning you can put your energy into something like Lara did when she put the energy into the necklace, but you can also focus that and put a specific type of energy into specific types of crystals. Oh, Miss Smoochie, you're my new wifey. Oh boy, Edna. You got the nightmare card, card number 5. I put my armor on. Oh, Max Stacks, it's okay. We all got to have a good cry every once in a while. And Edna, sometimes we are at our most vulnerable when we sleep or when we are attempting to sleep. This card speaks of the night, which is restless of the soul, that cannot find the space in which to close their eyes and fully relax, whose dreams are creating agitation and distress, and who feels terror when knowing the darkness is falling rather than the joy of the dark mother called night. For the night can be a place of terror for many, where the past repeats, old wars are fought, deep wounds reopen, and betrayal of yesteryear is as fresh a cut as if it took place that very day. For in the dreamscape, there is no time as we know it. When we are awake, we are at the mercy of the consciousness and that energy we have with us, and all the hauntings of the world are nothing to the damnation of the twilight hours. If this is taking place for you or for another you care for, there is now a way for us to help you. This nightmare rider can enter your dreams. So fearless she is, and so fearsome her steed, that they will patrol the boundaries of your sleep, of your very dreams themselves. They will allow the gentler truths of your life to be recalled as you dream, and slowly over time, the night will not hold such horror for you. Your dreams will become a safer place in which you can swoon into each night, take your rest, and arise refreshed. At night, there are special kinds of spirits who patrol, who hunt the sleeping sensitives, and they can and do steal the energies of many, especially those whose energy is bright, open, and innocent, and often those weakened by illness, stress, or other imbalances. The nightmare and her dark rider will protect you from these spirits. They will never hurt the one that they are guarding. They are too honorable, too skilled, too powerfully devoted to their purpose for that. And they will ensure that no succubi, no limp ghosts. Succubi, and then they put limp ghost right after that. All right. No hungry denizen of the night can steal through the cracks in your auric field and reap the energetic benefits of feeding on you. Dreams become beauty, sleep becomes peace, night is welcome, and the terrors of the past will change when she rides forward to guard your sleep. Time to understand that at night we can be vulnerable and begin to work consciously towards lessening the fear of darkness, reclaiming healthy sleep, diminishing the reliance you may have on sleeping aids. Dreams which disturb you will finally be understood and then depart for good. A shift in your own energy will seal auric entrances to irritating and greedy little entities who are stealing your energy. You now have great support in seeking peaceful sleep, a great and beautiful human need. Curse, you may be living in fear and unable to understand how you can make changes to your sleep patterns. It is time to get information on how to create better sleep. Your sleep patterns may be reversed, and you may be experiencing an almost nocturnal existence, which may be affecting your body's chemistry and magnetic field very strongly. And you know you are protected and shielded when you sleep. You will soon be having nourishing, healthy sleeps, healing sleeps from which you awaken revived and ready for each day. I just packed your, that's what I'm saying. I just packed your box. So that should be coming, and hopefully the stuff in there can help you out at least a little bit. And I don't know if you're having nightmares. What I do know from this card and what your team is showing me right now is that your energy, for some reason, is really looking attractive to entities like jinns, incubi, imps, and shadow entities. The feeders, I mean, there's 20 different entities they're showing me here. So feeders, they are looking to feed off of you. I believe it's because of the stress that your physicality is causing. I believe that physical sickness has a lot to do with spiritual illness. And that's not to say that every time someone's sick or has something wrong with them, that they're spiritually misaligned, because I know you're spiritually aligned. I feel like your physical illness, though, is affecting you spiritually, and it is calling these entities to you. If you have some handy, I believe I sent you some. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that I sent you black witch salt, holy water. I didn't send it yet because I wasn't able to mail anything out, but I'll send it tomorrow. Black witch salt, holy water, and white sage. specifically white sage. Sage your bed, sage your bedroom, sage yourself before you go to sleep, sage your bed clothes, your nightgown, your jammies. Honey, get some white sage and white sage the poop out of your house, and do it non-poopily, because you are very attractive right now. This is a warning from your team. Body weak, spirit strong. Yeah, so it's like when it's someone like you that I know for an absolute fact is not spiritually malaligned or malnourished, you're about to be, if you're not already, under attack. Because those entities want your spiritual self to match your physical self right now. If they can get you all misaligned and malformed and off balance and off kilter. Look, guys, I can click clack. I love it. I love that noise. I'm missing a thumb though. Yes, non-poopily. Okay, please. You grow white sage. Oh, I could use some of that. If I send you shipping, can you send me some homegrown white sage? Smoochie sent me cedar. Sage your spaghetti sauce. Yeah, I like it. Hey, my aunt and my ex planted sage in my backyard. The darn thing is immortal. Yeah, please step up the protection. Aunt Edna is my goddess. Mine too. Aunt Edna reminds me of like the wise sage of the group, right? I bring spirit in. I give you messages from them. But I look to you guys for advice, and I will always look to like Lara and the elders of our group. And I mean that in the most beautiful and respectful way possible. Definitely, I look at most people in here as my spiritual equal, my mental equal. But then there's like Lara and Aunt Edna, who I look like up towards for spiritual advice and things like that. Oh, Italian sage. I was thinking of seasoning, but I was like, I had to think for a few minutes and be like, does sage actually, because I hate the way it smells. So I don't know if I would actually put it in my food. Oh, thank you. They're my Nightmare Before Christmas ones, even though you can't really tell. Because Mr. Oogie Boogie, the Oogie Boogie nail was like 3 times the size of my thumb. So couldn't wear them. Born an elder. I think I was too. Ready? Spiritual badass faux show. Yes, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
Penny Van. New person.
Let's go with the Divine Circus. And welcome, by the way. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. I really, really do appreciate it. Totally. Yeah, right. No, they are fake because, Dargo, hi. So good to see you. I change them every week because, I paid maybe $1.97 for these on Temu. And the glue, I buy a 12-pack for $3, whereas going to get my nails done this long would cost me almost $100. And with the way my hair and nails grow right now, I would have to get them filled in every week, which is about $40. So it did kill my thumbnail, though. It ripped open. But that was after like a year and a half. Paranormal Pixie, yes, I am always in need of white sage, and I can send you the shipping for that. Thank goodness, Arisha and I finally talked, and once I get my printer working, which Ghost Dragons and I are going to work on tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, I'm going to be able to ship most things for much, much, much cheaper than now. So I don't have to charge as much for the helper boxes. Slow motion, don't go anywhere. I'm getting there, honey. And this was minivan, did you say? I'm so sorry if I got it wrong.
Penny van.
Oh, penny van. I'm so sorry. It's the hair covering my ears.
Right. Then
I wasn't apologizing to you. I didn't call you minivan. So penny van, you got the cover card of the Divine Circus. Yeah, so there's many different kinds of sage. I've got a whole bunch right here. The white sage I sent out already, but there's a lot of sage with like, see the flowers on there, dried flowers. There's palo. There is cedar here. There's just a whole bunch of different kinds. Black sage, and black sage specifically I love because it helps clear out the psychic energy. I sent Long Island Bigfoot, a Gemma Jade coaster, and I think I put a bookmark in yours, so I'm sending out little things as well. White sage tea. Palo Santo, yes, Palo Santo smells much better. Doesn't matter how many flowers you put in with sage. I cannot stand the smell. Some people love it, but I still use it. Okay, Penny Van, you got card number 22, Guest of Honor. Not a card I pull often. There are times to break free from the crowd, to stand alone and have the courage to be the outsider. If you are brave enough to endure the times when you feel like you don't fit in, you gain a precious treasure. This is the ability to know who you really are and to learn to love that self. Excuse me, when you are solid in your self-esteem and your self-knowledge, the powers you have developed as an outsider, including different viewpoints and ways of understanding the world, can be brought back to the rest of the world to be shared to create a better world for all. It's a bit like a soul version of sharing your holiday pictures with the family after a big adventure, opening up the minds to other worlds and maybe even inspiring them to take their own journeys. But if you spent long enough on the outside, on the fringes of life, perhaps leaving people behind, it can take some intention and attention to change course. And believe me, girl, that's the truth. You might have become so used to being the lone wolf or standing so apart from the crowd that there's no one else around you now. That will have served a purpose, but you are invited to shift your ways now from setting yourself apart to returning with that wisdom to share with others. It means believing you can sail straight past the security guards at the door, straight into the most deliciously wonderful party, and into the VIP room right at the center. It's your time for acceptance at a greater level because you're safe now. You have learned to accept yourself, so you'll not hand your power over to others as though their approval means more to you than your own self-possession. You can be amongst the crowd and take your rightful place there, yet still be an individual very much at home, belonging and sharing your treasures with others, still exactly who you are in your own truth. The Oracle of Guest of Honor brings a message. You are going to be offered pride of place in something that means a lot to you. Accept it. It is your time to feel as though you have been chosen and that you do indeed belong. Okay, so Penny Van, there's a few messages here. Yeah, positive thinking is truly a thing. The law of attraction, the power of positive thinking, it's not just jargon. Like it really works. It's worked for so many of us. What's up, Val? You laughing, girl? All right. So Penny, listen, there's a few things here that I want to bring to your attention. The first is you are going to, or you already are, so I'd say the next week or two, if it's not already happening, have a disagreement with someone about something that I think you're going to be pretty passionate about. Okay. This person is questioning either your morals or your values about something, a certain subject. And it's up to you whether you want to, disengage and just kind of move away from this person until they get their act together, or if you want to sit there and argue a point when, as I said before to someone else, and as I say a lot in this stream, the point doesn't even matter. This person is in it for the argument. So people questioning why you're doing something or why you said what you said, and you don't owe anyone closure, just like you don't owe anyone any explanations, okay? Except for because that's how I feel. You can explain if you want to, but they're in no position to force you to explain yourself, whoever this person or these people are. The second thing, just like so many of us, I'm not surprised that you found this stream. You have probably been used to being an introvert, as we call it, but like empathic introverts take it like to the next level. Like I said before, I spent 11 out of the last 13 years literally never hanging out with anyone except my mom and occasionally my sister. Anyone, ever. My friend Donna, maybe 3 times, my friend Deirdre twice, and Ghost Dragons. That's it. I don't have like a go-to because everyone I know, my best friends are all in this stream and they're all over the world. The universe is saying there are people around you now, obviously not the person that you're going to have this disagreement with, but for the most part, you're safe. Like, there's good people around you right now. They have really good energy. And the universe is saying, don't set yourself too far apart from them to where you lose touch or lose that contact, because they do have a good effect on you, a great effect on your energy and on your life. Let people in. Trust people, even if it could mean getting hurt. I feel like that could be something you're struggling with, like trusting people in general. And the universe is saying right now in this moment, you are going to be good. You are perfectly good to trust the people around you. If you're looking for love, or if you're already have a romantic relationship and you're having trust issues, the universe is saying, until you can back up your feelings and your emotions with facts, try to go easy on the person, because more than likely, not definitely, more than likely, there's at least one person in your life that you are deeming to be guilty of something that they are not guilty of. And the reason, it's not really your fault. It's from past experience over and over again, experiencing the same thing has taught you that X behavior equals X bad deed. And the person they're just not doing that.
Ready?
Sorry, I was backing that thing up. Smoochy.
Slow motion.
All right, slow motion. Slow motion, I know we use it for you often, but we're going to have to go with the Halloween. The pollen is killing me. And I have my windows closed like most of the day. I have no idea what that guy's saying. All I hear is back that thing up. Are you leaving the chat? Was that okay? We love you, and even though you're new, you are welcome here. You're welcome to talk and discuss, and we are. I would say this is an amazing stream if you're looking for people to lean on and who won't hurt you. So anytime, you're welcome back. Yeah, all I hear is like welcome with the gaga, but I like the beat, so I'm okay with it. Oh, honey. We talked about this last week where I do it too. Like if someone else reads for me, and if it's your first reading, either in a while or usually when I read for someone for the first time, it's very, very normal to get emotional because you're finally paying attention to your spirit team. And I do actually pull your team in. And I know a lot of oracle readers say that they do, but I'm telling you that emotional effect that I tend to have on newcomers is not me having it. It's I do bring your team in, and you have finally bridged that gap. Okay. You and your spirit team, you have finally made a move to bring you guys together. Okay. You've acknowledged them. You're acknowledging their message. Perfectly normal. Baby UFO, what's up? All right. Slow motion. Back in my day, we didn't have 3 dimensions. Guys, don't forget personal intuitive oracle readings for the last month, probably until around Christmas. September readings, which I'm doing this week and next week, are half price at $20 each, paid to my PayPal or Cash App. If you absolutely do not have PayPal or Cash App, then you can send it through the super chat. Or super sticker. However, I've never sent one to anyone, so I don't know how that works. But if you want one, obviously you don't have PayPal or Cash App. That's just the preferred method of payment, so I get 100% of the money. Just putting it out there. Okay, slow motion. Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. And don't apologize when a message comes through. It comes through for a reason. And, you know, hopefully Penny knows your heart already just by being in here for a little while, that you would never be hurtful. When we tend to blurt things like that out, especially in the chat, it's because someone needed to hear it. The messages don't only have to come from me. We're all oracles. We are all messengers. It's just a matter of I'm more open and more used to it. I recognize the message quicker than someone else would. That's all it means. Doesn't mean you guys don't get them as well. Thank you, Eris. Pale, you step out of the night. In red lace, full flowers upon your crown, you bring the beauty to death, the equality and joy of the underground. The iconic Lady of Death with a pale skull-like face, zombie eyes, and rich red funeral flowers in her hair has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Halloween and the Mexican Day of the Dead, El Dia de los Muertos. The original model for this flamboyant Lady of Death can be traced back to the ancient Aztec goddess Mictecacitl. As time went on, the figure remained balanced between beauty and horror and morphed into the Lady of the Dead and eventually into the more modern graphic figure of Katrina. It is also reported that the identity of the original Katrina was based on women who were very rich and had everything they wanted in this life. Yet, death takes everyone equally. So it was a reminder that no matter how beautiful, rich, popular, or famous you were, in the end, death takes us all. The Mexican culture has a long-standing history of laughing at death and seeing it as just another aspect of life. In some ways, death is the last taboo in many Western cultures. We tend to hide away our dying, and some of us may never even see the body of someone who has passed in our whole lives, but this was a much more common occurrence in the past. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and that perhaps until then we can choose to be life-affirming, takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out for the better. If you're holding on to something that doesn't serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let them go. All right, dog, I told you last week, all systems go on the dog. Like, I'm 100% sure you are supposed to get a dog. No doubt in my mind. Now, death in tarot as well as in oracle, as many of us know, because I say it all the dang time, means major change. All right. I feel like you could be going through a lot of big changes either recently or you're about to. Okay. Maybe even a major tower moment in your life happening. This is so embarrassing. My wig keeps falling backwards. I've got to clip it next time. Take that, haters. Do better. So major change definitely coming in, and you may not know how to deal with it. It's like you're so used to things being how they are, at least in one specific area of your life, that when change comes in, it kind of is like a death, because it's like a dying of something. Whether it be the ending of a long-term relationship or no longer communicating with a certain family member. Like, this is something that you are used to, or someone that you're used to, that is no longer going to be there. I don't see it as like an actual physical death, though, although someone could be sick here. And I don't, you know, every time I read the card, I read it different because it's your team, not the card. There could be someone in your life who might be, I'm not saying dying, but sick and not telling anybody. So pay close attention to the people in your life. I want to say specifically older males, but it could really be anybody. And again, not that they're dying, just that they may be sick and dealing or dealing with something and not telling anyone. As for you, this card is saying your test in the next week or two is how you handle this change, how you manage it, what you do with it, how you get through it, and what you make of it. If you can do all that with grace and dignity and with honor, like just accepting, like, okay, this is no longer for me, or this is no longer what my life is going to look like, the universe is going to reward you. If you're focusing too much on material things, definitely try to pull that back a little bit, because you could end up running into problems in the long term. Nick Y, what up, yo? My Wi-Fi is really annoying me right now.
Ready? Nick, got Nick on my mind. Mark. I'll stay.
Mark. I'm going to use the Urban Crow.
Get a chance, check private chat.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Come on. I tried my best. I have long nails, but it's in there. Okay. Mark H. Glitching? No, he had a question about something that was said in chat. And it was funny because I had a feeling. He's like, who was talking about limp ghosts and succubus? I was like, no, it was in the card. It wasn't. He's like, what did I miss? Because I looked up and saw that. And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all good.
Actually, I was going to say something and I didn't want to say anything.
Frozen?
Huh?
They're saying I have a typing face that I'm frozen.
You're doing fine now.
You know, I normally, I type, like I tell you guys all the time, between 10 and 15,000 words a day or more. And I type very well with these nails, but I have decks piled here too. So it's hard to get to the computer. And if I'm like, D, I'll break the nails or, yep, see, like I just froze like this. It's really getting on my nerves. It did froze. It is the Matrix. I was concentrating real hard. Guys, if it's really bad, let me know. I don't know if restarting the Wi-Fi is going to work because...
Probably not, but I mean, you could try to go and come back out of the room and see if
I think I'm going to do that after Mark's reading. I'll do that. Mark, you got card number 5, the card of battle. Thank you, guys. And there goes. You know, I was purposely trying not to have to bend down because of my wig. I didn't snap it in. All right, maybe this is a little high maintenance. It fell right into my purse. Look, this is literally how it fell.
Or maybe it needs you to take that card with you somewhere.
It was like right here. Okay. Yep, there we go.
Hi, Pammy.
Battle. Hi, Pam. How you doing, baby? Good night, slow motion. I know. You know how that started, Max Stats, with the big bags? When I had my baby. I was so used to carrying around a diaper bag and then a large purse, and now I got used to it. I have 7 different kinds of wipes, 4 different kinds of soaps, 6 perfumes, and a giant wallet. Oh, and a gigantic keychain. Okay, Mark, crows are incredibly territorial and will fight intruders to maintain order within their space. You may find that defensive feelings are brewing, whether from within or from an external source. If you have perhaps stepped on some toes or entered into someone's territory uninvited, be prepared to deal with consequences. This card may also indicate that you will need to defend yourself against someone attempting to infiltrate your space. Take notice of the crows sitting on the wires. They're not involved, but are watching on to see which bird will be the victor. This may indicate that when it comes to your situation and the battle that's brewing, there may not be much in the way of outside support for either side. This could be an advantage or disadvantage depending on your own position. So yeah, there could be someone kind of intruding here. Or maybe Mark trying to get like a little bit too personal, like trying to tell you what you need or what you want. That's what your team's showing me. Like, honestly, what they show me, and this comes up often because light workers, people always think that like they need to take care of us or like tell us what we need. They show me as the Charlie Brown adult, want, want. And that's what I'm seeing, like somebody bugging in your ear. you know, and you're kind of like shooing them away, but like they won't stop. It's like they're insistent on something that like you don't want to do, or you don't want to take whatever they want to give you, or you don't want to change whatever they want you to change. And the fact of the matter is, they feel like they have your best interest at heart, and maybe they do, but that doesn't mean that you have to do anything that they want you to do. You're a grown adult. The universe is saying the choice is really yours. It's not going to be detrimental to you one way or the other, but be careful of being like roped or like manipulated into arguing with someone, because as I said a couple times already in this stream, in this situation as well, like the argument is the point, not the actual outcome. So the argument, you're not just doing what they say or doing what they want you to do, and they feel the need to get upset about it and get a little rageful or spiteful or vengeful. You don't even have to be involved in that. Just boy bye, girl bye, and walk away.
Nut slap.
Net slap, I'm going to use Alice the Wonderland Oracle. Might as well pick that up too while I'm at it. All right. You're welcome. It's all classified information. Val, if you want, if you're going to bed, for next time, tell us when you come in. But if you want, at the end of the readings, I will read for you. Then you can come back and listen to it later on. If you look in the comments, there will be a timestamp of what time I did your reading. I'm going to pull myself out quickly, use the bathroom, and I will be right back. So Ghost Dragons, I'm going to leave you to fend for yourself so I can go out and come in and hopefully fix this problem. Guys, please don't leave. I'll be right back.
She's just going to see if she can fix it real quick. Okay. Now, Val, did you want me to put a comment in it?
If I leave, is that going to end the broadcast?
No. I'm on, and I'm considered.
You're sure? Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. So, Val, if you haven't left, let me know, and I can put one in the comments for you and have her do it at the end of the show. But if you left, I'll still have her do it. I'll do it anyways. 1 second, folks. Let me get this done. There she is. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I'll do that for you. Just look in comments and I'll save you for last, and I'll put a timestamp in for you. Okay, and then if anybody else needs to go, just let me know. She'll be back because she got to see if she can get it to work. I think she's getting interference from something. I'm just going to let you guys talk because what you do on Friday and Saturday nights. I never have anything important to say anyways. Oh, we got you, Val. It's all right. She can do it at the end of the night. I'll write a timestamp so you know where you're at. No big deal, hon. What do I think about the government alien thing? They're going to tell you the truth, and they're not going to tell you the truth. Most of the time, they're not going to tell you the truth and just drop hints and little bits here and there of truth. But till they land right in front of us all, I don't think they're going to tell you really anything of real great significance other than drop information bombs here and there. Yeah, I'm. You want one, Dargo? Because you are a regular. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to, dude. No problem. Just look in the comments. Okay. The fires in Maui are due to the fact that the storm, and they didn't do a very good job of hanging those lines up. So, and if they were up for a long time, that happened.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're here.
Arnolfo, welcome. It's still doing it, so I'm sorry, guys.
It just, you got interference somewhere. That's all.
Nut slap, the Wonderland Oracle. I think what you and I were talking about earlier is what's actually going on. So, Dargo, where are you going? Going somewhere?
Yeah, he's got to run.
All right, sweetie.
Now, what'd you say? Oh, you thought it was what I was talking about?
I think it's definitely.
I'll send you one.
Someone spying.
I'll send it. I'll send you one.
All right. Nut slap, you got, I would appreciate it. Manage to be glad. I also need an Ethernet cord because if I can plug right into my computer from the Wi-Fi, then I'll never have this problem again.
How far is it from there?
I'll just move it in here.
Okay.
It even says in StreamYard that using an Ethernet cable is way better than using Wi-Fi, probably for this reason. Manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. Easier said than done. All right, it's 43. I wish I could manage to be glad, the queen said, only I can never remember the rule. You must be very happy living in this wood and being glad whenever you like. The queen is almost berating Alice, imagining her to be happy whenever she wishes, thinking that the business of being happy is simple. As the queen, she feels it's not simple for her, but she wants to manage to be glad, except, as she says, she cannot remember the rules. Is there a rule to happiness? Is there a way to manage to be glad? When this card comes to you, there are two possibilities, just as there are two slithy toves in the painting. The first is that others assume your life is simpler, easier, and that happiness comes more easily to you. There is the implication that they have it harder and must struggle more to be happy. This is not the case at all. Your happiness has been earned. In some ways, you have created it by directing your thoughts and impulses toward the steady creation of your own happiness. The second possibility is that you must learn how to be happy. Having joy in our lives is not just good fortune, circumstance, or temperament. It comes through the careful management of our thoughts and deeds so that we nurture the possibility of joy and move ever closer to our own happiness. Do not let others steal your joy, nut slap, or imply that being joyful means you are not as serious, deep, or hardworking as they are. Happiness is often hard-earned. We must find it amidst the most troubling of challenges. Alice has learned to do this despite being lost and everything around her being so completely unpredictable. We too can manage our happiness and defy those who claim it's more difficult for them. We can all do this, no matter our lot in this lifetime. Divination, your happiness is in your own hands. It's something which can be managed, nurtured, and grown. Acknowledgement that life can be very difficult and challenging, but you are being asked to grow the happiness you long for out of your magical will and desire to feel joy once again. Yeah, Nutslap, I do feel like for a long time you've been going through absolutely so much, like so many of us have in the past few years. It's been like the sleepers have just overtaken our reality, right? Not to make any kind of political statement because I don't like to let people know where I stand, but the world, America in particular, in my opinion, has gone insane. I feel like you've had things weighing on you for a long time that I think that you didn't deal with it just because you simply didn't know how to deal with what was happening to you or like what was going on around you or things that other people were doing. Like you have no control over what other people see, say, think, and do. And while that's true, it's like their actions and their thoughts and their words were affecting you in a negative way. But you just like, what can you possibly do about that? So this is the universe saying that despite all of that, if you can look around and remember to be glad, remember to be grateful, look at your life compared to, you know, just understand that there are people out there who would do anything to have a life like the life you have, even with all of the challenges and problems, people that don't have that long to live, people lost in addiction, you know, the list goes on and on. The universe is saying you have a lot to be happy about, but I've got an additional message for you, buddy, pal. This happiness is going to be hard earned because you're going to have to actually deal with the people around you and the things they're saying and doing that are having this negative effect on you. It's time to face up to these people or whatever is happening here. There's at least one person that you've been avoiding talking to about whatever this is, and really acknowledging it and fixing it. It's time to do that. Your happiness lies in doing that. Confront without being confrontational. Explain your position. Yeah, Edna, amen, girl. Amen. Evil walks among us in abundance.
Yep, especially right now. Next is Eris.
He can always email you too.
Yeah, you can email me.
Eris, I'm going to use Aether Creatures.
Oops.
He wants to pick your brain.
I don't know why. My brain pretty picked over already. I'm insane in the membrane.
Clinical.
Guys,
by the way, thank you for all of the positive comments in the shorts, the new series I put out. I plan on doing new shorts. I want to sing and dance, but I know that is not what my channel is about. But don't be surprised if you catch a Britney here and there. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Just, you know. So Eris, you got Scandu, card number 38. You're welcome. I'm glad you were just thinking about that, buddy, champ. I don't know why. I have no idea what's going on. Card number 38, Scandu. For Sir Eris. That's sneaky sneak. Come on. These are so long-winded. Like, Teal, get a grip on yourself. No matter how the Scandu appears to you, whether it is right side up or in reverse, and that's funny because it fell on its side. So it's the same upright and reverse. So no matter how the Scandu appears to you, whether this is right side up or in reverse, it means that you are at an important and favorable point in your life. Specifically, a point where you can use your own abilities to achieve greater success. So far, the Scandu has only appeared to human consciousness when a person has reached a point of opportunity or a point where greater heights can be reached. Therefore, you are encouraged to realize that you are at this important point. Recognize opportunities that come to you at this time and take them. Seize the opportunity to climb to greater heights. For example, you might know that it's time to take a relationship to the next level and so move in with your significant other or marry them. Or you might say yes to a trip that will alter the course of your life or take a financial risk in your business to scale the company. The question is, in the situation you're in, what's the next level? Where does the opportunity exist to go higher, bigger, or further? If nothing immediately comes to mind, keep your eyes peeled. The Scandu has been known to appear just before an opportunity is made known to you. So when the Scandu does appear, don't sit there thinking about whether to take the opportunity. Just take it. Yeah, Eris, this is actually a really good card. It's saying that there's a part of your life that you want to expand on, right? Whether you want to get into a relationship, take a relationship to the next level, whether you want to start your own business or build on that business, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, it could be the smallest little thing. The universe is saying, don't be afraid of failure or success. I find, myself included, that people are much more afraid of success than they are of actually failing, okay? So when this opportunity comes to you, the universe doesn't even want you to think about it. Just go for it. Just say yes. And that doesn't mean be a yes man. It doesn't mean do everything you're asked to do. It means take a somewhat risky seeming opportunity. Of course, you want to know what you're getting into. You want to do your research. You don't want to sign any contracts, obviously, without reading them and things like that. I'm not telling you to take dangerous risks or do dangerous things. I feel like, though, it's going to seem like a big risk. And the universe is saying, if you can take the leap of faith and prove that you understand the universe wants nothing but the best for you and will always work in your favor and do things for you instead of to you, you are going to be one happy young man. Go with your gut. Yeah. Take a chance on someone or on something in the next week or two. I make really good bacon grease pancakes. I didn't think anyone else cooked with bacon grease. That's amazing.
I do too. But anyway, you just did Eris, right?
Madison, yeah, we can do that for you again. Yes, I just read for Eris, honey.
Okay. I just wanted to
make
sure.
Guys, don't forget, Gemma Jade Paranormal merch. We have Plague Doctor, the haunted house, and the one with the picture of me on it. 3 different designs plus Ghost Dragon stuff at jivecreations.com. We have tons of different Gemma Jade merchandise. If you purchase merchandise, I don't care if it's a set of bookmarks. I don't care if it's the smallest thing. We got hoodies, we got cups, we have shirts, we have puzzles, license plates, we have bumper stickers, keychains. Not too many of you are purchasing it, kind of like my books. Just putting it out there. My books are available on Amazon. Search Gemma Jade Books. There are 3 out there. The links are, I think, in the description box. If not, they're always in the description box of Monday's upload. Missing the Faith Theory, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories, and Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. The Black Eyed Kid book is coming out probably, I'm hoping to have it out by October. I should be done with it by the end of next month. Please support me in that way. Donations. This is how I get paid. Last week I worked for on this stream for 4 hours and really not much came in. I know no one has it every week, but if you guys can support me, that would be great. My Amazon wish list, just got to put this out there, guys. Just the public service announcement. And if you just want to customize product, I got my mom customized personal pillowcases and a blanket for her birthday last month with all pictures of me, her, my stepfather, who she was married to for 32 years. And it was her first relationship when she was 13 years old. They were soulmates. He passed away. My granny who died, my uncles who died, my nephew who died at 19 of cancer. I got pictures of all of us put together, me and all my kids, and I got the blanket and pillowcases made for her. Jive Creations doesn't only do Gemma Jade and Ghost Dragons merchandise. They do customizable everything. Go there, check it out. It's Arisha Haynes from our stream here, Lotus Girl's sister. That is why I wear wigs. Yes, because I lost all of my hair a few years back. I think it was 4 years now. And it wasn't from doing anything to it. But now that it's growing back, it's really sensitive. It falls out a lot when I dye it. And I like to change it up. I want blue hair, pink hair. I want red ponytails. I want blonde hair sometimes, light brown. But I have black hair. My natural color hair is black. I'm half Native American. So if I were to dye my hair this color, even, for example, I would have to completely bleach it, strip it, then dye it. And the upkeep, because I have black hair, it would cost me about $1,500 a month. And my hair could fall out. I'm also 40 years old and I don't have the best diet. So wigs are the perfect solution. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, who's next?
New England.
New Englander Rhodey. No Knights Templar. I still haven't found that deck, and I looked.
I actually think it's in a card. On a card. It's not a whole deck.
It is, but I look at the decks okay, where could that card possibly be?
Do you have an Ann Stokes deck?
Yeah.
It might be in that.
I was thinking that too, but when I showed him that, he was like, no, it didn't look like that. That wasn't the artwork.
Okay.
That was the first deck I thought of.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Max. You guys are so sweet. Melissa says, my mom told me that I'm too old for pink hair. My mom, when I was younger, would not let me dye my hair. And I hung out with like the quote unquote punk kids at school, the outcasts, before I was 14. And I was actually pretty. And then I became popular, but I still hung out with them. And she would not, she let me dye one strip on each side of my head. And it's funny because now she's like, I hate blonde hair. She's like, I don't like it on you. Because my mom has dark hair. My mom's never worn makeup a day in her life. Like she's a tomboy. She wears hats. So anyway, when I wear the wig, sometimes she'll be like, I really didn't like that blonde, you know, but my mom loves the color pink. And she's like, you should do some pink in there. So she actually encourages it now. But Melissa, don't feel bad because someone told me I got leopard shorts. They're high-waisted. They're super cute. They're yoga shorts, not really shorts I would wear out, even though I have worn them out. I was told when I said, aren't these cute? What do you think? They look so cute because I lost all this weight. I've been working really hard losing all this weight. I lost 50 pounds. I was told that my 40-year-old body shouldn't be squeezing into shorts like that. So I purchased them the next day and I wear them now. She said I'm top heavy. That's why I'm clumsy. My sister Carol has blonde hair and green eyes. My sister Christy has blonde hair and brown eyes.
So does Giles. He hates. He gets so mad because he doesn't have my blue eyes. He goes, Dad, I don't got your blue eyes.
Kristen and Kathleen, my younger sisters. Kristen has blonde hair and blue eyes, and Kathleen looks like me. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Hey, Deirdre, what's up, girl? All right, New England Dirt Road, are you ready? Yeah, I know you're beautiful. All right, let's do this like Brutus, as my dad used to say. Anubis, New England Dirt Roadie, it's the card of respect. What do you mean, settle as a sledgehammer? Oh, subtle. Yeah, I know, right? I think sometimes people are hurtful and they don't mean to be. Like when I thought about that comment, I had to really think about it. Like, did this person actually mean to insult me, or were they just speaking their mind without considering my feelings? But I'll tell you what, my 40-year-old's body looks really nice in those shorts. I work really hard on staying thin after gaining all that weight. So I'm really insecure about my looks. It is what it is. So when someone makes a comment like that, when it bothers most, I guess it would bother most people. You don't say that to someone you're supposed to care about, but a lot of comments that wouldn't bother most people really freak me out and have me in my head for days. Like you wouldn't even know, like the slightest little off key or off kilter comment will terrify me that like I look, something's wrong with me. Take special care, New England Dirt Roadie. Pay attention to detail right now in all areas of your life. Respect yourself and respect others. Take the time to guide someone who needs it. You may not like someone, but you can respect their humanity or even their skills. Offer compassion and respect to the dead. The Egyptian gods can appear a fearsome bunch. To our eyes, perhaps Anubis with his jackal head looks fearsome, but this is not the truth at all. While yes, actual jackals do move among the graveyards and clear the bodies of the dead from the desert sands, this jackal god takes great care of the tender new souls who have passed into the afterlife. When you travel down from the womb-like environment of many tombs in ancient Egypt, those gods seem to live and breathe in the artful storytelling upon the earthen walls. Among them always is the dark, majestic jackal head, signifying the presence of Anubis, god of the underworld and mummification. After preparing the bodies by guiding the embalmer's hands, Anubis travels side by side with the dead to have their souls weighed against Mat, a goddess representing truth and justice, as recorded in the Book of the Dead. When the cult of the god Osiris grew stronger in the later Middle Kingdom, Osiris took over many of Anubis's jobs as caretaker and protector of the dead. Thereafter, his myths became more focused on his specific embalming methods and mummification processes. The priests of the funerary rites would place a sacred mask of Anubis upon the faces when conducting the mummifications, thus becoming the god himself. The respect, care, detail, and effectiveness in which the mummification process was enacted is still a marvel today. Death is something that will happen to all of us sooner or later. The fear of losing our life, of death itself, is something very human, yet Anubis, with his calm and respectful presence, may be there to shepherd our souls across the divide. To honor him, we can offer the usual stones, frankincense, and gold. However, leaving a respectful gift on a stranger's grave may be a better way to show the heart of the god himself. Plant companion frankincense, crystal companion, smoky quartz. The card you got last week. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't remember. All right. New England Dirt Roadie, you've been having some serious issues, right? So issues with, there it goes, issues with spirit, with entities, with things trying to overtake you and take you over and, intruding upon your space, upon your energy, okay? The universe wants you to know that I'm sure that you're scared, right? Anyone would be in the situation that you're in after dealing with everything you dealt with those attachments. But the universe is saying you may be being a little bit disrespectful to the dead who have hung around, because we only got rid of the negative energies, right? There are still entities in, near, and around you at all times, like your spirit team, that you're not respecting properly. And it's no shade on you. Most of us don't think of this. But when you get readings and when you communicate with someone like me, your team gets excited. Like, okay, he's going to make the connection now. He's going to ask us for help, because they can't get involved unless they're asked. Maybe speak out loud to your spirit team, to your higher self, to your guardian angel, to, your head spirit guide, and just thank them, ask them for help. And I would also recommend leaving a flower or some sort of token on a stranger's grave. I think this will be a great act of repentance for you as well, because of what happened with the whole grave robbing incident thing. So it's kind of like you've come full circle after you do this, okay? I don't think I sent you any smoky quartz, but I would recommend getting some. You talk to them often? Okay, so good. So then that means that they're hearing you. Now you have to specifically ask them for help and leave a small token on a stranger's grave. I do this all the time, actually. Well, I don't leave my house a lot, but when I'm in the position to do it, I will walk through a cemetery and leave a few things on people's graves. I go to where I'm drawn. I end up usually meeting the spirit and gaining a new friend. You may not have that experience because you're not a medium, but you might. If you go there with the intention of simply doing good and leaving a gift, you're not going to have anything follow you back. Just to make sure, though, I would keep a crystal in my pocket.
You ready? Okay, sweetie. The next person is Life with Bobby.
Life with Bobby.
You are still here, right? Life with Barbie?
Life with Bobby. Are you still here? Good. New England Dirt Roadie. That's perfect. Sing it. What should I sing?
Yep.
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. Got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. Oops, you think I'm in love. I'm not that innocent. By the way, really quick, Life with Bobby, I'm using Myths and Mermaids. Can we talk about where's Britney Spears? Where is she?
Because the stuff they're showing on TikTok and all that.
She's posting all stuff from her old house on Instagram. She can't possibly, people can't possibly think diehard Britney fans are going to believe that stuff when, number one, she doesn't look like that anymore.
Nope.
Number two, that is her old house. Nobody has seen her since her conservatorship ended over a year ago. Nobody's seen her out in public. Paparazzi's not running into her. We're not seeing her getting her frozen yogurt that she loves, the Banana Bunny vanilla ice cream. She's not making runs for that. Nobody has seen Britney Spears.
I believe
she may be getting divorced, but I've never seen her talk about it. And she specifically asked the judge if she was allowed to talk about she wants to write a book, and she wants to do interviews and talk about her conservatorship and what was done to her because her lawyer said she's not allowed. She specifically asked the judge. So it's been over a year. How come she hasn't spoken? She's not doing anything. Nobody has seen her in over a year. Make you do what? Oh, do it. I'm going to sing Black Velvet when we meet. That's going to be my song when we go. We're going to go on stage together at some point. Leave Britney alone. That is totally me. Just saying. I love Britney Spears. I love her. Abducted by Darrow. Who knows? She could come back looking like Jamie Foxx just came back looking like a clone. All right. I've always been a Britney fan, though. Her life parallels mine a lot in certain ways, and I was a fan of hers before that started happening. But, yeah. All right. Life with Bobby, my tentacled friend, card number 34. In the upright position. Yeah, she's been through the mill for sure. An exhausted sea maiden holds on limply to her octopus companion. She's overextended, tired, and in need of rest, revitalization, or rebirth. Her pallor suggests depleted energy and waning vigor. Divination message, reclaim your overextended self. You have become overextended like an octopus who has stretched each arm in a different direction. This overextension has left you weak, vulnerable, and haggard. It is time to reduce your obligations and draw inwards for a time. Decide upon your highest priorities and release those duties that no longer aid you or is not as important as they once were. Reclaim the parts of yourself, both mentally and physically, Life with Bobby, that are being improperly used, and let them rest for a little while. When you are feeling stronger, put them back to use constructively if you see the need. But do not let yourself get so overburdened ever again. Always keep an arm in reserve for a surprise attack that is near and dear to your heart or fuels your personal ambitions. It's Britney, bish. I was thinking of doing that for a short. When I put my wig on today, I was actually messing around with it. And then I was like, they are going to be like, what is going on with her? So I didn't do it, but I swear I was going to do it. And I'm going to do a short singing Summertime Sadness. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to have it in the background and I'm going to get all dressed up. It's going to be pretty cool. All right. Life with Bobby. You are definitely being used and manipulated into doing things that you don't want to do. You're being pressured into doing things for others that you do not want to do. You have committed yourself to doing so many different things for so many different people. You have definitely neglected yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychically, on every single level. You have blocked yourself from happiness, from obtaining, from achieving. And there are people in your life who can easily do the things for themselves that they're asking you to do, that they're making you feel compelled to do. They're using you. They probably don't see it like that, but that's exactly what they're doing. They're manipulating you. Like, oh man, I can't get to work today because I don't have a ride. Oh, what's that you say? I can borrow your car? Thanks. And then it becomes like a habit. Or, hey, can you babysit for me? Even though you already had plans to, I don't know, work on your novel or memoirs or something. You are neglecting yourself, Life with Bobby, and it's starting to show and it's starting to take its toll on you. All you have to do, honey, is say no. And it's okay that, like, if you agreed to do something 10 months ago and you've either been diligently doing it or it's like the time is coming and you change your mind, you are allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to. Deirdre, thank you so much, sweetie. Love you. You're allowed to change your mind. And people always want to make us feel like we're not allowed to do that we're being selfish if we want to put ourselves first. Life with Bobby, put yourself first, at least for the next week or two. And weed out the people who are just using you and those who really do need your help. Deirdre, thank you so much, sweetie. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me put you, because readings are $20 this month. So let me put you on for a September reading. I don't have room. I can't find my pen. Ghost Dragons, can you write that down for me, please?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
swear I'll snap my wig in next time. I swear. Who's next? I'm sorry.
1 second. Total.
He just said, I can't wait for my turn.
Yeah, it's his
okay. Total, let's do the fairy tale oracle. And remember, there's no gender assigned in oracle. Just in the habit of being a people pleaser and rather see others happy. Yeah, and you know, a lot of us are like that, people pleasers. But here's the thing. We shouldn't be giving so much of ourselves to people who are willing to give back. Because when you put energy out there, it has to go somewhere. And if you're not dealing with people who are going to give energy back to you, guess what? You're going to be depleted. And when your energy is depleted, you end up sick spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and psychically. It's okay to want to see other people happy. Gift giving is a part of my love language. I love giving people things. I love buying things for people. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world is to see someone else receive something that I bought, made, or sent them. That's why I tell people, send me pictures of the merch you bought. But there comes a point when we're suffering or we're struggling or we need help when we can look around and there's nobody there. And that's what you have to think about. Who are you helping and giving so much of yourself and your energy to that would be there when you need them and who wouldn't be there when you need them? And that's how you spot the difference of who you should be extending energy to. Really? Nomio, what's up? Total, the deck is called Zella Nuwaits. It's hard for me to pronounce. That's what I call it. I don't know how to actually say it. But it's in essence a fairy tale oracle. But I have a fairy tale oracle. But this is also one of fairy tales. Life with Bobby, yeah. I just want to say, like, whatever makes you happy, honey. And I'm not trying to change your mind or talk you into anything. It's actually not even me. It's your spirit team brought this to your attention, not me. Either way, I love you and I'm glad you're here. And I will always be here to lend an ear and to help you if it's humanly possible. A lot of gemstones in here have my phone number. And if they're feeling down or upset, I don't always get right back. But they know they have permission to send me 45,000 texts in a row just venting. And I will read every single one of them and respond if necessary. My phone is always on Do Not Disturb, which means you can never disturb me. So that might be a thing working on in therapy. Well, good. You're aware of it. Now, Total, before I tell you what card you have, I want to reiterate, there is no gender assignment in tarot or oracle. You got the Little Mermaid, card number 17. It's about the message, not the imagery. I loved him so much. He was so handsome. I saved him from drowning, but he was a human prince and I was a mermaid living under the water. Such an impossible love. So I went to the sea witch and made a dangerous bargain with her. I gained human, though hurtful legs. Alas, the prince chose another woman. My heart broke, for I sacrificed and endured so much for this man. In despair, I chose death and went to heaven at last. Something is not very healthy or very fair. It seems that you're the one making all of the effort. Total, you're swimming into troubled water. Beware dishonest bargains. You have high hopes and pure love, but a love that leads you to hurt and sacrifice yourself is not true love. The same applies for any type of relationship or circumstance. Save yourself from this dead-end story and go find a brighter sea somewhere else. Yeah, you have definitely being manipulated, taken advantage of, used, abused, cheaters, beaters, overeaters. I don't know what's going on here, but this is not a good card. And you're my friend, and I don't like to see this, okay? This is someone who is purposefully playing with your heart. This is someone who is probably a narcissist. I'm getting really toxic energy. The energy flow of this person is all over the place, and it's like gray, black, brown, like all of the lower vibrational colors. That's how I know it's toxic. It's infiltrated you in such a way that you may only be starting to become aware of who this person really is and how they operate, okay? If you don't start at least planning to get away from this person, this situation, this relationship, whatever it is, honey, you are going to end up with nothing. And I don't mean that materialistically, even though that'll be true too. You're going to have nothing left inside. You're going to have to start from the bottom up. Energetically, this is a poop show, this person. I feel like you may be finally coming into awareness, like even if this relationship already ended, if you already deaded this person, if, you know, maybe there's some reason you have to deal with them, like it's someone you have a kid with or something like that, whatever your situation is. If that's the case, do not let this person keep a tentacle in you just because you have a child with them or you work with them or you share a dog. I don't know, whatever the case may be. Total, cut this person out of your life. And if there's some reason you have to have them around, be very careful and very wary of them at all times. Be on your guard because they are looking to completely destroy you mentally, emotionally, physically, psychically, and spiritually, like I keep saying. And it's worked in the past, but I feel like you're moving out of this now, even if, or you may have moved out of it already, which means it's trying to work its way back in. It's trying to weasel the energetic talons back in. Do not let that happen. It's a really bad thing if you let that happen. It's not going to end well for you. Special K, what's up, girl?
Okay, Madison.
Special K, I'm so glad to see you. And I will say, sometimes I know it's really hurtful. People say, well, just leave. Let's talk about how toxic those two words can be to someone who's stuck in an abusive relationship. It's so hard to get out of, especially like with a narcissist, because you can't believe that everything was fake. It's hard to believe that human beings could behave that way and like seriously not love you at all, even though they're with you, they have kids with you, they marry you, they move in with you, like whatever the case may be. But as long as you're planning to escape that, okay, good night, Pam, I love you. Total, listen, no judgment on her, no shade, because I don't know her or her story. I have kids that I didn't raise as well, but I had reasons, right? The thing about that reading for you, though, is that she is going to try to come back in if she's not already. Keep a close watch on your social medias and around your house. I'm seeing, like, honestly, I'm seeing stalking energy. Reverse psychology games, you know, trying to get that emotional reaction. So then you don't emotionally react, right? But who does that really hurt? Yeah, it hurts them. You're not feeding them, but then you spend the night, I don't know, crying in fetal position in bed because they didn't tell you that your new hair looked pretty, or because they had ample time to have an intimate moment with you and they chose not to. Or you know that they're out with their other significant other, their mistress or their mister, while you're at home just wanting a little bit of attention. So yeah, you didn't give them that emotional reaction, but you're still suffering anyway. It's hard, you know, relationships are complicated. But I know that I will never again put up with this, and I will never ignore a red flag. And I'm not speaking personally about me. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But just in general, I wish it didn't take me 40 years to realize that I have value, that I am beautiful in my own way, and that I am smart and intelligent, and I deserve to be loved, and I deserve to be respected. I did mention that, Max, in the beginning. Remember I said I did with the crystal? Yeah, so, okay, I think Lara left, but I will pass along the message because I still have not given her Casey's address, and I have to do that. So I do apologize. Ghost, who's next? And Deirdre says, you look so dapper tonight.
I try. I do try. I do it for her. Anyway.
Total, I feel you.
It's Madison.
Okay. Oh, Special K, thank you. This stream is my solace for the week. You know, it really does lift my spirits and brighten me up. I'm going to use the Seeker. Whoa. Oh my God. Right in the purse again. Come on. Okay. All right. Hopefully they're not. Even if they're upside down, there are no reversals. So Lara went to an interview. Oh yeah, that's right. She did say that. Guys, I'm hoping tomorrow night that it's going to be the three of us for Chillax and Chat. And I'm hoping to have Long Island Bigfoot on. Total, you have no idea, dude. All right, Miss Madison. It's true, you know. You're so sweet. Yay. I'm happy to see you because we connected a lot, Special K, in the Long Island Bigfoot stream. So now we got notifications on. Oh, thank you, Max. That is my intention. That is the intention with this stream. It's why no matter what's going on, we try our very best to never, ever miss. And if we have to miss, we'll move it to the day before or after. Madison, you got Here and Now. This card is so cute. Uh, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mouse is small and lives in a world that is full of predators and danger. Mouse has many reasons to fear, and yet Mouse is not a worrier. Mouse is not fearless, but it does not fret about a possible dire future that may never eventuate. In fact, Madison, Mouse spends no time dwelling on what ifs or maybes. Mouse lives in the here and now. Mouse does not lose hours to speculation, allowing anxiety to manufacture worst-case scenarios in his mind. Mouse just gets things done. It's time to stop worrying, doubting, and fearing and start doing instead. Madison, live in the moment, savor it, enjoy it, learn from it, focus on the task at hand and do what needs to be done. That being said, don't be careless enough to put yourself in the path of trouble. Mouse would not go up to a cat and bite it in its face. Mouse gives cat a wide berth, but Mouse would pause for a moment to enjoy the sun on its fur. It would pause for a moment to play with its friends. Mouse is spontaneous. Mouse will search for food and eat when hungry, return to its burrow to sleep when it's tired, and clean itself when its fur is dirty. The smallest of creatures leads a simple life, but also a full one that leaves it feeling content. Madison, I do feel like you're kind of catastrophizing right now. Catastrophizing? You know what I mean, girl. You are thinking worst case scenarios. You there's so much going on right now that's good, that's amazing in your life. You've come so far, you've made so many like leaps and bounds, yet you are focused on what if this goes wrong. And that is a normal thing for a people pleaser, for an empath. Okay, it's perfectly usual. You know, I see it all the time. I see it in myself, I see it in others. Melissa Nicole, same. But you're not focusing on the blessings, right? So try this week, in the next week or two, to focus more on the little things, to be thankful for the smaller things in life, the little things, instead of worrying about what's going to happen. Because I'll tell you what, when you only focus on the negative and all you see is negative, then all you're bringing in is negative, right? Because if you're focusing on the negative, you don't see positive, which means nothing is positive. It's all negative. Think about that for a minute. That does make sense if you think about it. Start focusing on the what ifs of the positive. What if I succeed at this? What if I win this money? Put it out there. Act as if. Tell the universe thank you, and how grateful you are for already having what it is you're trying to obtain. That is the power of the mind, the power of positive affirmation and manifestation. Madison, you got this. Stop worrying about the worst case scenario, because in worrying about it, you are bringing it right to you.
Okay, Madison. Vixen Doe.
Vixen Doe, what do you know? I'm going to heal yourself. Yeah, Special K for sure. And once you get into the habit of positive manifestation, and like really understanding how to do that and what that means, your life becomes so much better regardless of anything else that's going on around you. Oh, guys, check out my new shades. So these are the shades I normally wear. I have them in black and brown. Okay. And then I got these ones, but I'm not sure about them yet. So I have them next to me because I wanted to show you guys. I don't know. I'm thinking about them. I am like sunglasses obsessed. She said, "Oh my God, love. I'm trying to practice it since you read me." Yeah. And you know what? It's over there. I keep burying it, but I've been wanting to show you guys. Same ones in black. Jackie Onassis. Yes, I have the black ones too. So who am I reading for? I apologize.
Madison, right? No, you just did. Right. Vixen Doe. I'm sorry.
Vixen Doe. So, okay. The first ones look like they're for the dragon. There's this book Special K. It's available on Amazon. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's like $6. And it says, I'm a badass woman and I get what I want. And want is crossed off and manifest is written in hot pink. I use it. It's a 555 method of manifestation. Ever since I started using it, my life has been amazing. And then I stopped using it for the last 2 months and everything fell to crap again. I'm telling you, it works. It's worth the $7. Oh, and obsessed with shades. Me too. We were separated at birth, girl. I'm telling you. I got a feeling about you. Where are you from, Kay? Vixen Doe, you got card number 32, Phoenix Rising. A lot of people have been getting Phoenix cards lately too, which I love, love, love to see. Everything in your life is falling apart in order for you to rise from the ashes with renewed strength and vigor. This is not time to create, but a time to sweep away everything that has not worked in your life. Vixen Doe, the reason so many things are breaking down and not going your way is because the old cycle of your life is completing. You may feel that you are walking through the fires of life right now in order to be cleansed and purified for your rebirth. Soon you will not even recognize yourself. You are reclaiming your spirit. If possible, try to isolate yourself from the chaos surrounding you. Now is the time for you to feel any pain that you have previously suppressed so that you can heal. The universe has plans and opportunities that are better than you can imagine, so let go and trust and anticipate what's coming. Yeah, Vixen Doe, I do feel like you've gotten rid of so much toxicity. Special K, it's a journal workbook, actually, but it's super easy. You can have it, the whole thing, like every night. It takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm telling you, well worth it. I've sent it to several gemstones. If you want to email me your address, I'll send it to you. It's really good. It's worked for me. As soon as I stopped, went to crap. Oh, I get it. Chicago, huh? I've always wanted to go there. A lot of Illinois natives in the room. All right. I'm sorry. Vixen Doe. You've definitely come a long way from the drama, right? You've put a lot of people in their place. You have walked off and walked away and gone after what you wanted. That doesn't mean that you're care or fancy free, right? You're not not yet living your best life. But the universe is saying, please understand, don't get down on yourself, don't get depressed, and don't get lonely, because everything that you did was for the greater good of you. And time to reap what you have been sowing in the best possible way in terms is coming in the next week or two, probably in the next month or two. You are finally going to see little tiny seeds you planted that you may not even know you planted just come to life, just flower. And you are going to reap the benefit and the rewards in your life in every possible way, including spiritually, from all of those tiny little positive moves you made, things that you said, things that you did. Honey, this is an amazing card. You are coming into an incredible time right now, and I'm so proud of you, Vixen Doe. I do plan on, once my little guy gets a little bigger, he's starting kindergarten on the 5th, taking a road trip in an RV and just visiting as many gemstones as possible. I want so bad to do that. He said, my advice, Kay, move. That's Blue Crossroads. He doesn't have a filter, but even though he doesn't really care about hurting your feelings, he doesn't say things to hurt your feelings. One thing I know about Blue Crossroads is he has a huge heart, but he's just very protective and he's very blunt. So don't ever be offended by him. He'll tell you the truth. No matter what you want to hear, if you want the truth, that man will tell you. Who's next? Who's after Vixen Doe?
Max Stack, sorry.
Max Stacks, let's use the healing spirit. Dry humor. Yeah, me too. Me too. I am the least offended woman, I think, on the planet. Like nothing can offend me. Yeah, I love the energy, Max. Be right back, maybe. Why? Eris, yes, you too. We need people like that in our life. That popped right out at me. Your spirit guide can lead you. Your spirit guide, Max, can lead you, but can't do it for you. And that is card number 17. There will be many times in this life when you would love to know the outcome of something before stepping forward. Your spirit guide will lead you to each important moment in your life, but only you are able to step up to the experience. Whatever happens, Max, be assured your guide will be there for you at the end of every challenging episode to support you. They are urging you to trust your instincts at pivotal moments, and when it feels right inside, it's okay to leap forward. So, yeah. Max, what this card is saying, it's talking a little bit about fear. Oh, Special K, girl, yes. We need to talk. Please email me so I can give you my number and we can text. And I'm willing to answer all your questions. Max, this is talking about fear. So I was talking earlier about the fear of success versus the fear of failure. And in my mind, they're the same thing because I was so afraid to start a YouTube channel for 2 entire years. I procrastinated on it. I wasn't afraid it was going to fail. It was like, what if I'm successful? What if people do actually watch me? That's a lot of pressure, right? It's not, but I thought it would be. But I took that leap of faith and I trusted that I was following my instinct, my intuition. And I feel like that's what the universe is telling you. In the next week or two, there are going to be things that come up that may seem scary or are so like unusual to your life, so foreign to you that you may not understand how to act or what you're supposed to do. And that's when you have to sit in silence, even just for 1 minute, and ask your guides out loud, what decision do I make here? And the first thing that pops into your head is your answer. And you will get an answer if you're listening. There is an incredible opportunity for some kind of growth in some area of your life. And I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but I only have one card. Max, in the next week or two, you are going to receive an opportunity to glow up, to boss up, to level up, so to speak. The universe is like, you could take it or don't take it. But just know this opportunity could end up being life-changing for you. If you decide not to take it, you will not get it again. Divine Empathic, what's up, girl? Ghost Dragons, who's next? Oh, he's having tissues for his issues. I'm having a lot of issues too. I'm so glad you guys can still hear me. Oh, you're so welcome, Max. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, Divine is next.
All right, Miss Divine. I'm going to use the human spirit. Eris has a list too, just so you know. It's actually a good thing, just in case. Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to go?
No, I'll be okay.
Are you sure? Because you can put the list in chat if you're having issues. And Eris has one too.
Okay, keep going. I'll be all right. Okay.
What?
I said, "How you can keep going."
Okay, as long as you're okay, honey. I don't want you to.
Just trying to give the other medicine time to kick in.
Okay, honey.
Medicine I don't like to take.
All right, face the music. Card number 28, and it's in the reverse. Ghost Dragons is the man. He's always there. His freaking house burned down, and he showed up the next Wednesday. It was cool when we streamed together, like in the same room. Oh, Special K, thank you so much. I got this wig on Temu.
Hello, Vera Ray.
Like $9. Hi, Vera Ray. You guys are so welcome. Thank you. Okay, so damn it, I keep forgetting who I'm reading for.
Matt, Divine.
Divine Empathic. Sorry about that.
Sorry if I didn't mean to yell there.
Divine Empathic, are you apologizing again? Perhaps you are even apologizing for other people's actions. What the fudge sauce, Mary? You really need to stop that. First of all, you are hardly responsible for other people's actions or their behaviors. Secondly, when you constantly apologize, the words "I am sorry" can become like a skipping record. It loses meaning, and sometimes it's just annoying. So change your tune and realize when it's time to face the music and when it's not. Divine Empathic, I feel like there could be someone in your life who's trying to blame you for their recklessness, their bad behavior, their ignorance, their abuse. Okay, first of all, I want to say abuse is always a choice. And people are like, Gemma, no, I'm just a bad communicator. Or Gemma, no. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Yeah, that's a wig. That's why I keep going like this, because I didn't clip it in. I forgot. I have so many I just bought. So yeah, this person is not wanting to be responsible, not wanting to take accountability. They're trying to blame you for their misdeeds. And I feel like there's a part of you, I know you just recently stepped out of something toxic, but there's a part of you that's so conditioned to just accept that it is your fault, that you are a bad communicator. Like I was saying, abuse is a choice. And this is how I know for a fact that that's true. Even if someone physically abuses you, if they emotionally, mentally, it doesn't matter how they abuse you. It's a choice. Because when they go to work, 99.9% of the time, they're not going to hit their boss for making them angry. They're not going to dehumanize or belittle their boss. They're not going to ignore their boss. They're not going to punch a hole in the wall at work. Right? They choose not to. They're able to control themselves. These type of people are the actual worst. Divine Empathic, please take a look at the things that you have on your shoulders, the burdens, okay? And understand that a lot of it is not yours. It's not your weight to carry. Let it go. You are not responsible for the actions of others. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're saying you did to cause them to do whatever they did. They chose to act in a certain way. You chose to act in a certain way. Those two things have nothing to do with one another. They're completely independent. That is something that you really needed to hear. I wish this would stop skipping. I'm so sorry about the bad connection, guys.
Okay, John Keats is next, but I don't know if they're still here.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. You guys build my confidence so much. A year ago, I never would have felt comfortable with this, but I can be just Gemma, and I really, really do love you guys for that. What John Keats, if you're here, please let us know.
And TD.
You guys are so sweet. TD Dean, let us know. You guys are making me blush. Thank you.
See, none of them are answering.
You're welcome, Divine Empathic. Oh, super famous. Yes. Well, my ultimate goal is I do want to be on a show, like on the Travel Channel or whatever, but that's kind of like my pipe dream. My spiritual goal is to open a retreat. And I feel like the money from the show will bring in the money for the retreat. All you guys have permanent jobs. So Andrew and Ohms didn't get a reading. Special K didn't get a reading, and Deirdre. Those are the three I know.
Yeah, they're on the list.
Okay. Because the others aren't answering.
Okay, John Keats is here.
Okay,
So
John Keats, hi. Let's use let's use the Moonlight Night. Oh, baby UFO is here too. Oh,
Yeah,
tell hubby I said thank you. How you doing? All right, John, let's do this. He's sick, but not you guys. Smoochie, I just love you. Yeah, you guys always make me blush. I think I have the self-confidence of a slug until I'm in here. Oh, thank you, Divine Empathic. I'm hoping. Special K, you're unaliving, okay? That's that's the word. Oh, hi. What's up, John? Let's see what's in store for your next 2 weeks. Doppelganger. Mind twin. The self-confidence of a P. All right, you got the dog. I know this is the dog, even though there's no title on it. Obvi, right? You guys are so bad, but I love it. I really do. I love it. Card number 18, John. Let's see what it says. This is actually a Lenormand, but it reads like Oracle, and I love the imagery. Because the book doesn't matter, because I get the messages from Spirit, it doesn't matter what type of cards it is. Friendship, trust, loyalty, perseverance, faith, loyalty, sincerity, protection, and support. As humanity's closest companion, the dog card in a reading can usually indicate a deep friendship based on loyalty and support. This card can come in the form of an actual person with these traits or being surrounded by a support system or acts of kindness in general. So, John, I do feel like there's something coming in here. So you may already be dealing with this. But if you're not, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I always tell people in a week or two, you will. There is someone coming in here that, or it's already happening, like I said, that you don't trust. You don't trust something about this person, or you specifically think they're doing something. So for instance, just an example, not saying this is happening, you think your significant other is cheating. You just cannot let go of the thought, no matter what they say. It's like their actions, their energy is off something. You're intuitively picking up someone like that's not being truthful, that is not being honest with you, that's not sincere. And I feel like this person could be a little manipulative as well, trying to get you to believe them, trying to gaslight you into believing them. The universe is saying, always follow your intuition, always follow your gut, okay? If the energy is off with someone, there's a reason. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing something bad to you, but it does mean that you're not supposed to be around them for whatever reason. And sometimes we have to think of things on an eternal level, in the form of thinking as the universe thinks eternally. So maybe you're not supposed to be around them right now for a reason that you're just not supposed to know. But if the energy is off with a person or a situation in a relationship, etc., ad nauseum, it's time for you to either confront this person in a non-confrontational way and let them know that you know. And if they're not going to be honest and come clean, then you have to separate yourself from this. In the next week or two, John, do not sign any contracts without really reading them over and possibly getting a lawyer to read them. There's something in this fine print that no good. Don't make any major purchases, okay? Just wait 2 weeks, please, because I'm seeing it's just there's shady dealings around you. Somebody is shady AF around you right now, okay? And I feel like there could be someone else around you that also recognizes this. But it's like you don't, for some reason, you don't want to see it. Honey, it's real, it's happening. Love my accent. In the first year that I was on YouTube, I tried so hard. Like I would practice not having an accent. Drink the coffee in the car while we talk about the dog. What? How am I supposed to say? Drink the coffee in the car. Drink the coffee in the car while we talk about the dog. That doesn't sound right either. I don't know how to say it. Drink the coffee in the car while we talk about the dog. That's it. She said, stop. Coffee talk. The afternoon talk was going to be called coffee talk, but I don't drink coffee. So who's next, honey?
Dargo.
Are we timestamping Dargo?
Yes, we are.
All right. No problem. Dargo, we're doing Seeker Oracle. Sounds on target. Okay. Just be wary, okay? Like when your little spidey sense goes up, you're on point in the next 2 weeks. Sometimes we're off and things, you know, can affect our energy. That makes our intuition a little wonky, but no. Starbucks for 5 years. Wow. I love Starbucks. I feel like every Starbucks in America, though, and I only know the ones in Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Florida, and Texas, but they smell like a dirty foot. But their coffee is so good. Actually, it's not really their coffee. It's macchiato. Well, Chillin' Charlie, if I didn't quit smoking actual cigarettes, I would probably still be drinking coffee. You're welcome. 2 cards fell out. All right. Dargo. Shameless sensuality. So what's funny here a little bit is that 2 cards fell out. I was going to take the top one and I was like, nah, reshuffle. I reshuffled. I pulled the same top card. Shameless sensuality. Dargo, let me find out. Cappuccino. I like the caramel macchiatos. And my new thing, my future daughter-in-law and I, every time I get one from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, I send her a picture, and she does the same with me with Red Bull and cold brews. So this girl that my son is with, my oldest son, Kyle, he'll be 24 in October. Her name is Olivia. This girl is me. We have the same clothes, and it didn't just happen once. We have like 10 of the same clothing item. She's super into crystals. She wears old lady sweatshirts and messy buns. She is me. I love her. What's not to love? Oh, Batmom, thank you. Dargo, to be sensual is to gratify the senses and physical self, but not exclusively in a sexual manner. This dragon phase message is twofold. The first is to ask you if you are looking after your sexual needs. This is very embarrassing. Your body is a tool of pleasure. Learn how to use it. No, Max Stacks, I said my future daughter-in-law. My son's fiance, my oldest son. She's only 23, but I'm telling you. Learn how to use it. Learn how to use your body by yourself and for yourself. This is embarrassing. When you know what you like and what brings you intimate pleasure, give it to yourself without any shame. You will feel more confident to share what you like with others. Explore your body and learn what makes your body shiver with delight. Learn its desires, Dargo. Our senses inform us of our surroundings. Our brain analyzes the information gathered by our senses, and then our body reacts in response to the information, often unconsciously. We use our senses automatically. However, it could also be said that we take our senses for granted. When was the last time, Dargo, that you used your senses with intent? When was the last time you allowed yourself to be shamelessly sensual? Her second message is that you employ your senses with intent and delight and learn from the experience. Fill your world with experiences that bring you pleasure. Eat food that makes your taste buds yearn for another bite. Listen to music that lifts your spirits and makes you dance. Wear a favorite article of clothing or a sheet that feels oh so divine against your skin. Create sensory memories that inspire one of those smiles that make people curious to learn the cause. So, yeah. Dargo, I mean, I'm not going to get into the sexual stuff, but take it at face value, right? It's very obvious what the card is saying. Make sure that those needs are being met. I'm a Christian, so that type of stuff is forbidden. But yeah, like, because it's lust, you know, it's considered lust. So anyway, Dargo, this is also talking about doing things that make you happy just because they make you happy. I feel like you could be feeling like something's missing from your life, but then you look around and you're like, okay, so I have goals that I want to achieve and I have things that I want to accomplish, but you look around and it's like, okay, like I'm doing well. So what could it possibly be? Do something just for the sake of doing it. Do it because, you know, Go to a 5-star restaurant and pay, extra more than you would normally pay for a meal because it's going to taste good and you're going to enjoy it. Go, travel. Like, I don't know you well enough, Dargo, to like know what exactly this is, but it's definitely saying like, do things just for the sake of your own happiness. Cause I feel like you haven't been putting yourself first. You haven't been paying attention to your own happiness. Now on the other side of this, there's like succubus energy. Be careful who, like, if you're romantically with somebody, be careful with them that they're telling you the truth of who they are and what they want for and expect from you. I do feel like this is a third party situation. Also, if you're doing that type of stuff, please be careful if you are not trying to get someone pregnant in the next week or two. Card drop. All right, let me read them out loud. Guys, please don't forget PayPal, Cash App. Nick Y, Nicole Perone, Deirdre Montez, Special K, Andrew and Gnome Trucking, Vera Ray, and then the Bat Mom, and then I'm done. I'm not taking any more. It's a half hour early, but I'm tired. I've got to get the baby to bed. So we're done after that. So Nick Y, if you're still here, please let us know. Sun flies in on the 20th. Oh, Bat Mom, thank goodness. Please don't forget to keep me posted on that. Okay, I've got stuff I've got to send you. I was talking to Jules. I'm having trouble because I don't have a lot of money right now and shipping is really expensive. So I'm little by little sending things out. So Jules' stuff is going out tomorrow. She paid for shipping and a little extra. And then I've got so many going out. But yours is a priority. I have something for you and Lotus Girl because you're kind of in the same boat. I'm hoping to get those mailed out by the end of the week. I will message you the minute it's sent out. And then as soon as I get my printer working, I can get cheaper shipping. Arisha showed me how to do it myself. So I'm not dependent on anybody who may not mail it right away. So I got you, girl. Just be patient. All right, let me fly through these. Nick Y is not here. What's up, Dry Toast? Good to see you. I just read it out loud, but I don't remember. Nicole?
Nicole Perone. Nick, I thought was here. I thought he was here.
Yatsula.
Nicole, Deirdre, Special K, then Andrew.
Yeah, guys, if you're here, except for Andrew and Gnomes and Special K, Dry Toast, if you want a reading, I'll read you too, because you came in right as I was ending it. So Dry Toast, Andrew and Gnomes, Special K are the only ones that I know of here. So Nicole Perone, any of the other names we just called, if you're here, let us know now, because I'm not going to read for anyone if they come back in, because I'm tired and my Wi-Fi is messed up and I just want to be done. TD Dean, welcome. We did call you, honey. But a lot of people aren't answering. Okay, Nicole, good. I'm using Queen Mab. I think it's Mabe. Present. Okay. Everlasting Farewell. I think I pulled this card last week for Melissa. Vera Ray. Yes, so tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, it'll be myself, Ghostdragonzw, and Paranormal Pixie Lara. And that's when we discuss like the type of stuff that you've been asking. We discuss all of that. Like all of those questions will and can be answered tomorrow because I won't be reading. So the sole focus is on the chat. Oh, thank you, Max Stacks. That is my cute pose. TD, it's okay. It happens. So many people aren't answering anyway. It's no big deal. You're already here. I just don't want people to come in because then it's not that I don't want people to come in. It's just if they come in late, then it's hard for me to keep reading. But I do try to get everyone in. It's important to me that everyone who wants a reading gets one. So I'm going to try to do these without rambling so much. Heal through creativity. Nicole, the longing within you holds great beauty. To reveal that beauty, channel your pain into art. It is a great error to believe that a life should be filled with only sunlight and cheerful songs in major keys. It is an expectation that can never be met, and for all those who wish to live fully, it's an idea that holds no allure. Of course, if you do nothing but wallow endlessly in sadness, such behavior will quickly become boring for you and for others. But hiding your melancholy away from yourself and the world will bring grave stagnation to your inner landscape. It will not fail to fester, and it will become toxic. Art is the alchemy that transforms your painful emotion to something that heals. There may be immense happiness and hope in your artwork also, but goddess forbid that is all that you... Let me try that again. There may be immense happiness and hope in your artwork also, but goddess forbid that is all that you share. To characterize this life experience of anything less than the full spectrum of light and darkness is to prolong your own loneliness and the loneliness of others. To restrict yourself, Nicole, to the bright side is to refuse to look at the truth, which means your life has become nothing but a lie. As you well know, everyone you love will one day die. Everything you love will one day pass away. This gives you reason to mourn, but it also reminds you to enjoy what you have while it lasts. What's more, we are here without explanation. Sometimes the mystery inspires, and oftentimes it terrifies. Be brave and embrace it all and put it all into your work. Find the vein of gold within your dark moods and existential ennui. Illuminate it, clarify it. Illuminate it, clarify it, broadcast it. Find what is universal about it and share it. This will set in motion great waves of healing, both within and without. Bat Mom, I got you, honey. Don't worry. Nicole, yeah, you may be creating art. Maybe you love to sing and you're creating music or art. Like, when cards get this specific, it throws me off because Spirit's message is never to paint. It's just never that. What it means is express yourself. Stop pretending that everything's okay when it isn't. Stop, as I just told, other people's wrongdoings as your own. You are not responsible for how another person behaves. You can't cause them to cheat. You can't cause someone to lie. You want to punch a hole in the wall. Now, cause emotions in other people. Give
it a second. Hopefully she'll come back. Just give it a second.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back yet?
You're a little iffy, but you are back.
I know. That's why I said I want to move through these. You're responsible to hold that emotion with it. I don't need to put a lot on you right now. I feel like even if they're not in your life anymore, you still have this. Truly write all the we're done. Write down all the lies that were told about you. Write them down. Take as much time as you need, and then.
Oh, we lost her. Give her a minute. See if she comes back. Hopefully she comes back. Yeah, I think she's getting really bad interference. I can probably guess why. Just give her a second, see if she can come back. It looks like she might have lost the Wi-Fi or something. Just be patient, folks. Yeah, we know she's gone at the moment. Let's see if she comes back. There she is. Give her a minute. She's trying. Switch us back.
That is so irritating.
Yeah, there is something interfering.
Okay, it wasn't Klingon. Let me get through these. So what I was saying is, yeah, you can cause someone to feel something, okay, but you're not responsible for what they do with those feelings and those emotions. Let it out. Write it all down. Everything that was put on you that wasn't yours. You know, someone said that you're responsible for that they cheated on you, or you're responsible that they gambled all their money away. Those things are not yours. So all of these burdens that are overburdening you from the past, of things that people try to make your problem that weren't, write them all down. All the lies told about you, all the negative things you tell yourself, and let them burn and go into the wind and fly into the wind. It is time to move on, not only from a person or a relationship or whatever it may be. It could be a job. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's a relationship though. It's time to move on, not only from the relationship, but from the pain and suffering it's caused and from the baggage you're still carrying. Be gone, black-eyed kids. There's an interference somewhere.
Yes, very close too.
And it's somewhere here. And nothing else in my house is connected to Wi-Fi except this computer. I unplugged all 3 or 4 Fire Sticks. I unplugged the PlayStation. I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone. There's something else on in here that somebody forgot to turn off. That's how I feel. That's what I feel is happening. Like if someone had, like, I don't know, a nanny cam or something. Not that I'm saying anyone would have that, but that's the vibe. Who's next?
Deirdre.
Oh, and when there's sun spurts too, that kind of. Huh?
I didn't mean to yell. My voice is starting to.
No, it's okay. We're almost done.
You're good. You're good.
We've been doing so good the last few Wednesdays. I was wondering when this was going to happen again. And come on, there's so many cards in this deck. And all day long, I work at my computer and I need the Wi-Fi for it to work. It's been working fine. Special K, even though I was born a medium and with these gifts, I didn't start working with them, regularly. Like I worked with them a little when I was a teenager. I didn't start working with them regularly until a couple years ago, but they can be learned. They are learned gifts because everybody actually has them. It's just whatever is more strong in you is what will come out stronger. Deirdre, you got the Hex and Akula in the upright position. Oh, absolutely, Special K. You guys see my necklace? It's amethyst and quartz. Okay, Special K, you're next. Let me do Deirdre. Deirdre, card number 64, Hex and Akula. In the upright. If a Hex and Akula appears to you right side up, it is a sign of confirmation. It means that you are right to be unselfish, loyal, altruistic, considerate, kind, family-oriented, empathic, and responsible in the situation at hand. Not only that, but you should be being commended for it. At this moment, you're not slipping into the shadow of self-sacrifice. Instead, you are right to be a good Samaritan in this scenario. You are being how you would wish others to be. And this is the most important part of creating the kind of world that you wish to see. So, yeah, we definitely all have them. And I know it for an absolute fact. It's just a matter of what penetrates, you know what I mean? Like what came from spirit with us. So, Deirdre, what this is saying is there's a situation happening right now where it's like, you're doing the right thing. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from your heart. You're doing the right thing. But there are people around you that are treating you as though you're doing something wrong. And I feel like this is coming from you don't agree with them. It's like you have one opinion and you're working on that. You're acting out of love and kindness. You're giving. Look what you do for a living. Like, look how I met you. You're so sweet and you're so giving. You work with people that the rest of society considers the scum of the earth. You help addicts recover. Deirdre, there are people around you who don't have the same views as you because they don't have the same life experience. Do not change who you are, how you are, the way you behave, the way you treat people, the way you act, the things you think and feel and say because you want to fit in or because you feel pressured by others. No matter what's at stake, be true to this because I feel like especially in the job that you do, you have to be authentic. You have to be real. And someone is going to need that hard truth in the next week or two. And I'm thinking it's like a client, like a patient. And if you're confused about where you stand because you're being pressured to be a certain way or think a certain way or do a certain thing, you're not going to have that answer for that person. And then how are you going to feel? Be true to yourself. You are doing just fine. You are perfect the way you are. You are working on you. And that's what the universe wants to see. That's the point. And I know that place. I know where you work, girl. Please. That place is insanity. I don't know how anyone works there. It's literally a nut house. Ghost Dragons Ubered me home my last appointment because I didn't want to sit there and wait for my ride because there were so much, and I was so triggered, and I was like thinking of busing it to Patterson, and he was like, let me just Uber you and you'll be all right. Deirdre, I love you too, sweetie.
You got a stalker there too.
I do. So. That guy, I don't know if you know him. His name is like Craig or something. He always comes in, but he's on drugs when he comes in. And he like follows me around and he doesn't take a hint. And one time we had to share a logistic caravan. Luckily, they dropped him off first and he didn't end up knowing where I lived. So I commend you. I really do. If I didn't start YouTube and start writing, I would be working there too, because that was that's it. Brian. Yes. Yes. Woo. Creepy. I don't want to be judgmental, but when you're sitting in group and you see someone nodding off, it makes me mad because it's like, well, I want to get high too, but I don't because I can't. Oof, girl. So he's there like once every couple months, and he was there last time, and it was not a good look. Several people from Springhouse were there. It was no good. Sorry, guys. I got lost in my conversation.
That's all right. That's why I like going with you. Oof.
All right, Miss Special K. No, it was really bad. Like, I had my headphones in. I was actually editing a Monday upload late to try to put it out. And he kept tapping me and talking to me. And I was like, I was being polite and friendly. But eventually I said, oh, I'm working right now. Actually, I can't talk. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, okay, no problem. And 2 seconds later, he's tapping me again. I ended up talking to this guy for the entire 5 hours I was there. And I didn't want to. The Goose Girl, the card of theft. This card comes up every single week without fail. Got followed on the Metro. Oh my gosh. Dry Toast. I'm December 21st, 2018 is my clean date. The last day I used is December 20th, 2018. Special K. A young princess sets out on a long journey to marry a prince. Her mother, a widowed queen, gives her only daughter a protective charm, 3 drops of her own royal blood upon a snow-white handkerchief, and a golden goblet from which to drink. The princess will take this journey upon her beloved horse, the wondrous Falada, who has an extraordinary talent. He can talk. She is to be accompanied by her maidservant, and so the 2 women, one royal, one a servant, set out upon a journey to their destiny. After hours of travel, the castle is far behind them. Thirsty, the princess asks the servant to fetch her water in the golden cup, but the maidservant tells her shortly, go get it yourself. She will not give the princess the golden goblet, so the queen's daughter cups her hand in the flowing water of the river and drinks. While leaning over, the 3 drops of blood somehow speak, sighing that if her mother only knew how she was being treated, her heart would be broken. A second time, the princess stops and asks for water. Again, the servant refuses. The princess, shocked, drinks again from the stream, and again her mother's charm sighs, speaking of how wrong this treatment is, and for her to beware. So shocked at the warning, the princess tumbles forward into the stream, and the handkerchief with her mother's blood and her magical protection is lost. With the golden goblet in the keeping of the maid, the blessing of the mother lost, the maid makes her move and demands the princess strip and swap clothes with her. She explains that she is going to be the princess. She will marry her intended, and if the princess speaks a word of it, the maid will kill her. She forces her to swear an oath of silence that she will never speak to another person of this crime. The princess, disabled by her own gentleness and sheltered life, obeys and agrees, and so begins her life as a servant, and ultimately as the goose girl in the kingdom she was once meant to rule over. This story seems a simple one of true identity and injustice. It also seems to be about, at its heart, overcoming intimidation and restoration, but this tale is also deeply magical. The charm given to the princess is one of the most potent of fairy tale symbols. The river is the place where her true self is lost, and from that point forward, she is no longer able to speak her truth to a single person. The loss of the protection of her mother is the catalyst for change within this tale. And so the maid takes the goblet, takes the princess's horse, the noble Falada, and then she takes her destiny. The prince is fooled, for he sees only the maid's fine garments and pretty face, but the old king can see the young servant's dignity, beauty, and grace. Even so, the false princess has Falada's head cut off, so he cannot share the truth with anyone, and she hangs his head over the gates of the castle to remind the goose girl of what her fate will be if she speaks out against the false princess. Each day she tends to the geese, combs out her hair, golden strands flying in the breeze, and speaks with Falada's head beneath the gates of the castle, sharing her burdens and fears. Their friendship continues even in death. The king sees her speaking with Falada, and even though she refuses to share with him what it is that was spoken of, he convinces her that she must share her tale with an iron stove, which is supposed to be a place of ironclad safety where no soul should hear her. Her story spills out her heartbreak over the murder of Falada, the golden cup, the loss of her mother's gift, and how ashamed she is of letting both her mother and her father down. The king, now aware of the deception, asks the false princess what she would do should someone steal a true princess's identity, slaughter a magical beast, steal a mother's charm, and deceive a prince and a king. The false princess declares that she would send this person rolling down a steep hill, trapped within a barrel studded with the sharpest of nails. The king declares this to be her fate, frees the goose girl, and restores her to her royal status. Almost done. This may seem to be a tale about a bitter servant and a weak princess, but it is at its heart about protective magic and magical beasts, about appearances and truths, and about identity and generational truths. There will always be a balance in a reckoning. Again, the strong connection with nobility exists beyond death. Falada's magic continues. It cannot be killed, nor can the truth. Justice will always be done. Allies continue to do their work on your behalf. And even when the protection of parents vanishes, your own integrity and nature will see you through. Truth pours forth, and the old king, wise and perceptive, hears all her words and knows the truth for himself for the first time. She may have lost her status, but her nature is still noble. After 3 days of tending the geese, her story becomes known. The false princess is punished cruelly after choosing the punishment for herself, and the prince learns wisdom and how easily he was fooled. Falada stays half within this world and half within another, and the princess does not forget what it is to be left out and is a kind and fair queen in her turn. Of course, it's like the longest card that exists in that deck. Special K, so there is definitely someone around you right now that I feel like you trust, but you may be kind of looking at a little side-eyed. This person is not trustworthy. There is someone in your midst that's like telling you either that they love you or that they're your friend. They're acting, because the moment they get a chance to screw you over, they're going to do that. Okay. Something's touching my leg, like grabbing my leg right now, and I can't see it. There is definitely a snake in your grass, as I like to put it. There is someone who does not have your best interests at heart, and you have somehow allowed them to get too close. I don't know if this is a lover. I don't know if it's a friend. It could be a family member. It could be literally anybody that's telling you, that they're a ride or die. They'll do anything for you. They got your back. And in the meantime, you're being loyal to them, faithful to them. You're being a good friend or a good girlfriend or whatever the case may be. And they are completely screwing you over behind your back at every chance that they get. I feel like a reckoning is coming for this person. But what the universe wants to see is for you to follow your intuition, to kind of snuff out who this is and use your intuition. That's the test here. Can you figure out who has your best interests at heart and who doesn't? Because right now, somebody is trying to sabotage and destroy you while smiling in your face. They could be someone that's sleeping with your husband. They could be someone that is trying to get you to lose your job for whatever reason. This person is toxic. They're no good. And the universe wants to see you confront them without being confrontational. Let them know that you know and cut them off. If it's someone you live with and you have to live with them, make plans to go. Don't give them any emotional reactions and withdraw as best you can. They're never going to change. They simply do not care for you. It's all a facade, and I'm sorry to give that message, but I feel like you already know. Even if you don't know right this second, if you look deep down, you'll know. Very deceitful, purposefully. It's not like they're withholding the truth or lying by omission, because they don't want to hurt you. No, they want to hurt you. Who's next?
Andrew.
Andrew, let's do human spirit. So much for being home by 9. Yeah, and sometimes the universe wants to see us confront without being confrontational. Sorry, Ghost Dragons, I didn't mean to cut you off. Like to approach a person in kindness, like, hey, I don't know why all of this when you don't like me to begin with. I don't care. And unfortunately, you can't show any emotion because that's exactly what they want. I like to be fashionably late. Actually, I am a stickler for being on time. I don't judge people who are late. I just prefer not to be late. I'm a stickler for sure.
I'm one of those guys that's 10 minutes, 15 minutes early.
You're very welcome, Mind Twin. Yeah, I prefer to be early. My husband he's just late. I don't think the man has ever been on time in his life. I don't hold it against him. It does get frustrating when it's somewhere like we absolutely must be there on time and we don't get there on time anyway. All right. Andrew and Gnomes. Eye to Eye, card number 23, my favoriteest number. I spy with my little eye, you, Nomeo. Do you view things from other people's perspectives, trying to see eye to eye with the beings in your world? Remember, reality is all relative to the human experience. In your reality, there's only your truth, and all you can do is try to understand someone else's truth. Seeing eye to eye, or at least respecting someone's reality can make life less of an argument or competition and more of a meaningful existence. It is easy to forget that we all see things differently. Remember, all eyes are different and all see things from their own individual points of view. It might do you some good to take the time to listen to someone else's version and help to expand your own horizons, or at least realize where they're coming from. Just think of the game I Spy. Someone sees something from a window, the same window you're looking through, but you don't always have the same focal point. Not at first. Special K, you know what though? Keep being honest, keep being blunt. Just learn how to be kind, because then no blame or shame can be put on you. Andrew, I feel like there's someone who is trying to get a message across to you and you're just like, you're not getting it. This person is not coming out and saying what they mean, meaning what they say. They're kind of playing games. And I feel like this is just like a little bit of nervousness on their part. They're worried about some kind of rejection, or that you might, not want to talk to them anymore. There is someone here who really, really, actually, I'm seeing like they really care about you, but it's like, you don't really know who they are. They're afraid to talk about themselves. I don't know. This is such a weird message. I'm so sorry. I get one of these every week where I just don't understand. So how I'm seeing is like, this person really cares about you, but they're like super nervous to tell you the truth about something. Someone's keeping something from you. So unlike Kay's reading where someone's doing it on purpose out of spite to be mean or hateful, this person isn't telling you something because they're afraid that you're going to reject them. They're purposefully keeping something from you though that you really need to know. So it could be your boss not telling you that, the company's downsizing and you're going to lose your job in a month. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It could be, if you had a wife, it would be like your wife not telling you that, I don't know, she doesn't like something that you're doing, or she doesn't like one of your friends. It's someone who doesn't want to hurt your feelings, but really has something that they're holding in that's hurting them. I feel like it's up to you kind of to use your intuition to kind of figure out who this person is and what they're trying to get across to you. So you can do this by offering everyone you meet or speak to in the next week or two grace and letting them know that you offer forgiveness. Just being, a little bit more kind, less blunt, a little more filtered than you would normally be with everyone in the next week or two. I feel like someone's going to confess something to you that's going to totally blow you away. And again, I know that sometimes these readings make no sense, but this one will. Just wait for it. I do see it being a female, but it could be a male with a lot of feminine energy or a lot of femininity in their chart, but I think it's a female. I'm actually seeing the female right now. It's like a short little brunette bob. It's a female. They have something they need to tell you and that you need to hear.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if Vera Ray showed back up. She said she was here, didn't she, earlier?
I think so. Vera Ray and Dry Toast. Right? That's it?
And the Bat Mom?
Bat Mom's listening. I know she's here.
Okay, yeah. And then you told Val she could have a timestamp.
All right, so
let's
Vera Ray.
If Vera Ray doesn't answer, I guess you go to Bat Mom.
Okay.
And she hasn't answered since I've asked 3 times now. So I don't know if she left or she just doesn't.
And I know the feeling. Yeah, she did say something. I don't know.
I didn't catch it. I go back and I don't steer.
Bat Mom, I know you're here, honey. Let me just read for Bat Mom. And Vera Ray, if you're listening, come back right away if you can, because we're about to end. Mama's tired. Plus, my internet is annoying me. All right, Bat Mom, this one's for you. No, Special K, don't ever be sorry. Like, at least one person gets one of those every week. It's just a part. And that's like one of my like really my favorite decks. So I always try to read from it. All right, Bat Mom, you got As Destiny Decrees with the Queen Mab Oracle card number 26. Embrace the unexpected. Destiny is taking you in a direction you did not foresee or expect. It is as if all your life you have been struggling and striving to be queen, or perhaps you were groomed for such a role. But as soon as the crown was placed upon your head, you received news that it was never yours in the first place. The path and that title were not intended for you. A relationship is not what you thought it was. An opportunity evaporated or transformed into something else. A pathway took an unexpected turn. Is this development shocking to you? Is it really? Or deep down, did you know there was something else in store? Something else life was navigating you toward? Something else your heart of hearts wanted to go? Somewhere else? Truthfully, you would not have thrived spending your life indoors, sitting on an uncomfortable throne with a window perpetually separating you from the moonlight. You're far wilder than that, Bat Mom. Freer and far less tame. You are a creature of nature, the elements, and the cycles of the earth. Surely you already knew this. To wield your magic to the extent it deserves, you must chart your course and make your own way under the open sky. It can be disappointing to be forced to relinquish a tidily planned destiny. The great goddess and your many helpers in the unseen realms are here for you. Call on them, request their support to move forward into your divinely designed destiny. You may not know what that destiny holds for you yet, but that makes it all the more exciting. Let go of your ill-fitting crown. It may have looked pretty, but it was always weighed heavily on you and caused your head to ache. Surrender your hold on what you once thought you may have been. Leave old rules and expectations behind. Find your freedom. Draw upon your magic. And then step out into the fresh air and into the glorious night. Chillin' Charlie. Nighty-night. All right. Bat Mom. Chillin' Charlie. Thank you for coming in, sweetie. Bat Mom, you are right now on your charted path. And this is somewhere we should all be striving to be. You are about to start a new phase in your life. And I know it may not seem like that. It may seem like everything's just either running smoothly or not so smoothly, but this is your life, right? This is what you've built for yourself. That's not actually the case. What you built for yourself is what's in your chart, and you were nowhere near it before, but now you're slowly inching towards it. Major changes of some kind. I can't tell you what with one card are coming into your life in the next month or two, not week or two. And it's like when you look back on this time, it's going to be so foreign for you that you ever lived a certain way. So it's one specific situation and or person that's like not going to be there anymore, or someone coming in. Your life is about to change for the better in so many different ways in the coming months that you may not even recognize it as your life. The one thing you have to do, though, is choose to see the bright side and make sure two things. Choose to see the bright side and learn the lessons. Talk to the universe out loud. Talk to your spirit guides. Talk to your higher self. Talk to your team. Call them forth. Tell them what you want, what you expect, and what you're willing to do. Ask them what they need from you, and then listen. You'll hear. Major, amazing, exciting changes coming in. I don't see anything bad in this card, except maybe like a shock because everything's going to change so quickly for the better, as long as you're looking at this from a positive lens. Good night, Mark. Thanks for coming in, sweetie.
Yes. Good night, Mark. I'll probably see you.
Did you? I'm always surprised at my own abilities, but Andrew said I started talking to a short brunette recently, so that's kind of interesting. I'm telling you, I see her. That's crazy. I mean, thank you for the validation. All right, who's next?
Dry toast.
Dry toast. Dry toast. I'm going to use a Halloween oracle. You guys are so welcome. Bat Mom, you're going to be just fine. That was amazing energy. All right, Mr. Dry Toast, Mr. Toast. And then who did I have to do a thing for?
Val.
Val, that's right. SWPA. All right.
And then your turn.
Alrighty. Trick or treat, mischief and play. Stalking and stomping, eyes shining and begging baskets, faces and bodies that are no longer ours, laughing skeletons and candy caskets. Trick-or-treating is such a fun thing to do, isn't it? Yet, why do we trick-or-treat? Ancient peoples understood that there were both mischievous and perhaps nasty spirits wandering around at nightfall at Halloween, as well as happier, more benevolent spirits. They thought that if they dressed as spirits themselves or other frightening creatures, then they would not be recognized as human and attacked. The idea of causing a little chaos as one of these quote-unquote spirits was part of the imitation and the enjoyment of the night. The practice in medieval Britain was aptly not called trick-or-treating, but it was called souling. Today, trick-or-treating is a huge event. We spend much time, money, and effort dressing up as our scariest creatures, and this has even extended to dressing up as our favorite celebrities and other pop culture icons. Instead of traditional candy apples and barnbrock, we give out a mind-boggling variety of candy. It matters not, the idea of frightening away death and darkness still stands. I believe that the modern trick-or-treating also unites communities by introducing our families and friends to those around us in a non-threatening and joyful way. Many of us don't even know our neighbors, even those who live next door, and Halloween gives us an excuse not to be so reserved and extend our boundaries. Should you receive the trick-or-treat card in your divination, it may well be a time to examine the role of play. Thank you, Dry Toast. Thank you, Stephen, by the way. And mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend the fun to others. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every time. Alternatively, it's worth knowing that there's a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has at its core a sense of irreverent fun. Dry Toes, it's time to get out there and have some fun. Anything that's become stuck, stale, and stagnant that you once enjoyed, you have to take a break and really gain some perspective, because there's something in your life that has become so stagnant, or that's about to become so stagnant. It's like you don't even want to do it anymore. It could be a person that you just don't want to deal with anymore because they become so intrusive or manipulative or whatever, toxic, right? And I see like, it's like, put the pen down. You know, it's time to give up on this person or this situation, this relationship, this situationship, whatever it may be in your personal specific case. Dry Toast, it is time to move on, because I feel like your happiness in a certain situation isn't there anymore. And if your happiness isn't there, then what's the point? The universe is telling you, get out there, have some fun. The only way this is going to come into perspective for you of what this is and what to do about it is by going out and doing something you enjoy, even if it's something by yourself. I love taking myself out to dinner. I love going to dinner by myself. It really gives me time to think and relax. I love going shopping alone. Sometimes I'll Uber to the mall and just hang out in the food court and shop. You have to spend some time by yourself away from this person and or situation to gain some really new perspective on it, because something here is dead, done, and over with. And I feel like you and maybe someone else, if it's a relationship, are holding on for dear life to something that just isn't meant to be. Go out and have some fun, and the answers will come to you.
Hey, Val, and you're done.
Val, okay. Miss Val. I'm going to use Heal Yourself. Souling, right? That sounds so cool. Oh, Special K, you are so welcome. Please email me, because I'll give you my number and then we can text. I don't talk on the phone. I hate talking on the phone, but I will text with you. So my phone is always on silent, because during the day, my day job, my real job is I'm a writer, and I write for a company. It's a non-disclosure agreement type deal. But that's what I actually do during the day, besides like intense yoga, cleaning my house, all that kind of stuff. So my ringer is always off. My phone is on, but it just may take me a few minutes to get back to you, or a little while, because I check my phone every once in a while just to see who's texting or calling. So please, please, please email me, honey. We have a lot to talk about. She goes, me too. Max Stack. Love that Gemma likes Brittany. Not sure why. Maybe because I do too. Love you too, Max. Thank you. Dry Toast. I'm so happy to hear that. He said, thanks. I'm doing that now. Last card of the night. Val, you got whole in the soul. Card number 36 in the Heal Yourself deck. Your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. I'm telling you, mind twins. Val, one way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, that guilty, then you adopted a false self. I was the hero child. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation as you are always mourning your true self. This card encourages you, Val, to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning and abandonment and neglect you felt. So you could go and get some information about your childhood or revisit that with shadow work. And if you don't know what that is, definitely look into it or reach out to me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. But other than that, Val, I feel like you really need to start speaking up. Okay. In all your relationships, in pretty much all areas of your life, we talked about this. We're all people pleasers. And I don't feel like you're an exception. You're probably a people pleaser, at least to some degree. And the problem is you're trying to please everybody. First of all, nobody can please everybody. Okay. Everybody all the time. It just doesn't happen. You can if you're being fake, but eventually that facade's going to slip. And people don't get to know the real you. Right? When you're pretending, when you're playing make-believe and you're just agreeing with everyone, going along to get along. This card is telling you that to do that, especially in the next week or two, is going to be detrimental. You have to speak up. You have to voice your concerns or your opinions. You have to say what you feel. You should not be being silenced. And there is someone in your life right now, this isn't even about your childhood, your traumas, all that. Someone right now is trying to silence you. Don't you dare let them, okay? It is time for you to speak up, be who you truly are. You have to accept yourself, Val, for who you are, and then command the room, demand that others respect you. And if they don't, that's okay. But they don't need to be in your orbit. They don't need to be in your life. Guys, hit me up, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com, Gemma Jade merchandise at jivecreations.com. And if you want a gift box for me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Also, readings are only $20 this month. So September readings, I'm doing them this week and next week. $20 to my PayPal, Cindy Kelly 301, or CashApp, #GemmaJadeYT. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for 3 hours and 42 minutes. You guys are spectacular. Steven, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.